Warning: the following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on the show are reflective of AJ Orsini and his guests exclusively. But seriously, guys, the show's called Uncensored. If you got a problem with bad language, I really don't give a shit.
Only once a year, 30 of the biggest WWO1.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and now your host, AJ Orsini.
How the hell is everybody out there? This is your boy, your main man, your Jeff's old brother from another mother. This is your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. I am AJ Orsini, and this is episode 73. And 1 year ago, I spent big money on a brand new mixer because I was starting this podcast. My humble beginnings. I actually have it right here in my hand, right here. My old. I still use it for my individual shows, but this is my old mixer here. It only fit one microphone on it. I was doing solo shows, but I was determined to up my equipment game, get more voices, more opinions, more controversy on this show. So I sprung for the big mamma jamma. We call her Bertha. She's a big, beautiful bitch. She's sitting right here on my brand new wine and cherry table, a cherry wine or something like that. I'm a little dyslexic at the moment because I got that Colt 45 so coursing through me, folks. But Big Bertha's big ass is sitting right here, and it is not alone. She's got multiple plugs in it like the good hoe that she is, and I've got guests here who are going to join in on the conversation. But I will say this: 1 year ago, I did my very first multi-person, the little round table. It was the Royal Rumble round table. I did it a year ago, one of my best shows ever. I already said a few weeks ago what my 10 highest rated episodes are. That is one of them. And it definitely was a good time. I got some great opinions on that show. 2 men joined me on that show. Both of those individuals were invited for tonight's show, and they shit the bed. That's right. They were too busy being grown men. One of them has to work, and the other one's watching his kid. Bunch of pussies. They're off doing their thing. They got clipped at the groin, but I'm here with 2 real men today who are going to join me. And we're going to do this podcast here tonight. One's making his return, and one is popping his cherry on the show. I'm going to start with the return. My main man, one of my best friends in the entire world. The man knows his business. He knows his wrestling, and he's here again. This time we're talking specific shit, so I expect a lot more from you tonight. Of course, I'm talking Mr. Alexander Polgreen. Polgreen, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, what's up? Just happy to be here.
Definitely happy to be here. You were here for the first time also in the new House of O.
Yes.
You was in the old House of O more than any other human being not named Ling. You were in that house, and this is your first time here in the new house.
Yes, it is.
Did you get the tour? Did the wife give you the tour
Yes,
of the
she
new
did.
apartment? She did. This house fucks my old house in the ass. It just completely destroys everything that we thought home was. This is a brand new place. We have yet to unpack, as you can see, everything. There's most of it's still in boxes. Excuse me, burp. My wife has been dealing with some health issues. I've been dealing with health issues, so we haven't had a chance to really unpack. So, welcome to the new House of O. Welcome back to Orsini's Uncensored Mind. And of course, I have a new guest. He still has his hymen. He's here for the first time. I met this young man about a year ago, 2 years, about 2 years ago at Violence and Suffering, a show that I used to work for back in the day. As a matter of fact, it was the one promotion that booked me as a manager until I started getting booked in other places. But it was the first. It was Violence and Suffering. And, of course, I was the manager of the GOAT, greatest of all time. And I met a young man by the name of Matthew Caraballo, yes. The people who listen to the show know that I'm terrible with last names. I'm still trying to get Ian's last name together. It's far too Jewish for me. I'm still trying to figure it out. But we met a while ago. I'm not sure. Were you photography in that particular show? What was your job again in that particular show?
I was
literally you was just there.
Ring crew. I was there. I actually had a spot in the show and everything. So
okay. Yeah. Well, we got talking. We got to conversating. We hit it off pretty good. We've been conversating ever since. Yeah. And I wanted new voices. I wanted a new I'm doing all new 2019. I'm going in different directions here. So I was going to add you guys to the old voices, kind of pass the torch a little bit. But of course, like I said before, the dickless young men who are not here tonight are home. I'm fucking with them. They're all doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I am here with you guys here today. Wifey's asleep. Mrs. O will not be making her usual cameo when it comes to the roundtable because I usually have guests, and then every now and then my wife chimes in on some shit from the background. That will not be happening tonight. She is KO'd, and I don't mean Kevin Owens. I mean knocked the fuck out. She's in the other room completely unconscious. I might have to check on her when this is over. But we're here today, ladies and gentlemen, to discuss the Royal Rumble. It is tonight. It is game time, folks. We're going to be in Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. It is the 32nd Royal Rumble, I believe. 32nd Royal Rumble, if anyone's keeping count. I doubt any of you are, since most of you have shunned WWE by now, but that's fine. The Royal Rumble is here tonight. They're all shaking their heads. That's very valid. It's a good point. But we are here to discuss the Royal Rumble. And normally when I do these roundtables, the format is usually all over the fucking place. I usually like to leave room for a little healthy discussion. We get some conversation going. But alas, tonight I have decided to be a professional. And I'm going to get all the heavy lifting out of the way nice and fucking early, and then we'll have time for all of our conversation. Plus, I figure no one's drunk yet. We're just now started drinking. You might be farther along than the rest of us. My man just took Jim Beam Honey to the chest. So about 15 minutes in, he will be burning soon.
He might just need a shot, like a chop to wake him up.
Yeah, exactly. About an hour from now, about 30 minutes from now, he'll want to re-up. That's why he's got that Arizona can sitting in the fridge. He thinks he's slick, but I know the strategy. I burned myself, by the way, before you guys got here. Oh, I was making some food for the family because I, too, am a good husband. And the rice pot bit me, son of a bitch. You know, we're spitballing now about stuff about the Royal Rumble, and that's all great and good. But tonight is the night for this edition of the Royal Rumble, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. I usually save these things for toward the end, but like I said, I want to get all the heavy lifting out of the way now. That way we can have a little bit more freestyle fun later on in the show here. Right. So let's talk about the pay-per-view. Let's talk about the 2019 Royal Rumble. And at first, we're going to kick this whole thing off with the actual kick-off show. Let's start off with the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. The defending champion, Buddy Murphy, will be defending his championship in a Fatal 4-Way against Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. In a Fatal 4-Way match here, you are shaking your head. Look, listen, on paper, this match sounds dope on paper. But all four of these individuals, I'm sure, will be handcuffed, not just by style, but because they're on a major pay-per-view, they're on a kickoff. Who knows what they're going to be allowed to do, and who knows how long they'll have to do it. So I don't want to ask if this match will be good or great. Just give me some points of that. What are you looking forward to in this matchup?
Oh, man. You want to go first?
Well, yeah, you can go.
You know I'm a big cruiserweight guy.
Obviously, because of your WCW connection, yeah.
I see a bunch of nice spots happening, but I think Buddy Murphy, they just put the belt on him recently. Well, not
hasn't
recently.
Been that recent, yeah. He's just been a really good champion thus far, yeah.
I think he's going to retain his belt.
I like Buddy Murphy, though. He's really good.
There's no real storyline on 205 with those other three guys going after the belt. It's like kind of just thrown together.
No, wait a minute. See, you just revealed yourself because there are storylines coming into this title situation. Not huge, but see, that's the point. That's why I wanted to talk about this matchup, for that exact reaction right there, because 205 Live is a completely different show now than when it started. It's actually very entertaining. Triple H got a hold of it, so he's slow burning shit. It's not very well thought out storylines. They're not complicated. They're not overthinking. They're kind of keeping it basic. I think for two reasons. A, I don't think people are watching 205 Live with the patience they would for any other show. So you can't do these really intricate fucking storylines. And two, I don't really think a lot of these guys can do intricate, complicated storylines. They're more known for their athleticism and their style, so he probably just lets them concentrate on that. Buddy Murphy is the champion. As far as the three having a story with Buddy, not so much. I'll give you that. But Kalisto had to climb through how much garbage to get into this match in the first place. The Lucha House Party has been kind of on a roll in 205 Live. Kalisto had to defeat Leo Rush to get in. Mm-hmm. That was his qualifier. Hideo Itami right now is in a vortex. Yes. If you look at Noah videos on YouTube, you will not know that it's the same fucking guy who's competing for this championship tonight.
100%.
And this is going to be an opportunity for him to show a wide audience now, a pay-per-view audience, a general WWE audience, what he can do. Tozawa was probably the most over guy in this matchup. So he to me, he's definitely not going over in this matchup because I just don't think he needs to. I think he's going to be giving rubs to a lot of other people in this matchup. But I'm looking forward to it because I would much rather... Because on 205 Live, they actually have time. But I think for 205 Live, and I don't know if you've seen the show enough to confirm or deny, but
I'm a 205
the
Live
longer
guy.
the match goes on 205 Live, the less of the athletic shit we get. They start turning more. Once you get past 10 minutes, now you're in WWE zone, so they start doing WWE shit.
Yeah.
The shorter the matches are, the more spotty, as you said, they can get. So a 7, 8, 9 minute match, you're going to see just ping, 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 ping. You're going to see a bunch of shit. So as far as the kickoff show, I know it's the Royal Rumble. It's probably going to be a 2-hour kickoff because they can't not have their balls in their hands for as long as humanly possible. I would prefer this match to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. Just flip the 4 guys, go in there, and just literally beat the shit out of each other for a good 10 minutes. That's what I think is going to happen. What do you predict, Matt, is going to happen in this matchup here? Do you see it going long, short?
I think it's going to go about a good 10. A good 10 because it's the kickoff show.
Right.
Which I still feel that title, that clash should have a main card because back in the days, WCW days, cruiserweights always had the main card. There was never like a pre-card. It was like always a dark match for them.
Yes.
But my thing is, why not put the cruiserweight title on the main show? If you put it on the main card, you're going to get more eyes on it. Meaning you get more eyes, you're going to get more eyes watching the network.
Well, you got a lot of high-profile matches on the main card as it is.
Of course.
We're going to get to them in a second.
But I would want to see Buddy Murphy on the main card to retain his title on the main card because then it's going to put more eyes on 205 Live, get more viewers. Why not get more talent and make it a lot more better? Have them work between all shows because they are the 205 crew.
Right. I think your point was already proven because if you look back at Survivor Series, I think Buddy and Mustafa was the best match on the card.
That was the best
if not one of the top 2 or 3. I think it was the best match on the card.
They killed each other in their matches.
And I think they did. And I think they did get a bump from that, which was why Mustafa got moved because I think Mustafa was a big reason 205 started to go up a little bit in interest and viewership. It was trending a little bit more. Mustafa was killing it. His entrance is off the hook. The guy bumps his ass off. He has amazing matches with just about everybody. If you go back to the Cruiserweight Classic, Mustafa Ali was never on my fucking radar.
Never.
I didn't even know who he was, to be honest with you. And when you watch the vignettes about him putting it together, I was not the only one. There were a lot of people. He was very low on the fucking list. And how he got on the Cruiserweight Classic,
Ibushi was on my radar 100%.
Yeah, well, you look at the guys that were in that Classic, Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr., even Grand Metalik to a degree had like a big Mexico following. He was just some dude from Chicago.
Cedric.
Yeah, it was just like, Cedric has a following. Like, they had some huge fucking names in that tournament. TJP, Kendrick. There was a lot of guys with fucking esteem. And then here comes Ali, and he was not. I look back on that Classic now and how all those guys turned out. Even the guys who didn't sign, who are like still doing the thing in New Japan. Ibushi, obviously, Zaber, who just got his chest reshapen by Walter before he got signed. Mustafa, to me, now is pound for pound one of the best performers on the planet.
Of course.
Like, over the course of the last year, he's just upped his game so crazy. If you go to YouTube and check out, if you get a chance, real wrestling fans, if you get a chance, go to YouTube and check out Ali's training videos. Just the training videos, the chains and the kind of, he's a beast. I'm like, this kid is crazy. So I think your points are already kind of been proven. I think it's a very valid point. I think people would pay more attention. If anything, if for not for nothing, even if you don't gain more viewers, at least for the viewers that do watch, kind of solidifies it. It makes it seem more legit. Like I feel better watching this now. I don't feel so underground. This is a part of the product. It's a part of the WWE.
Not only that, why don't they mix it up a bit? My thing is this.
I think this is the fatal four-way because Buddy's been fighting the same guys for like the last 4 or 5 months.
Of course, they're mixing it up there, but I'm saying mix it up with the whole 205 Raw crew, SmackDown crew, NXT crew. Meaning, why don't you throw out a match like Cedric Alexander versus a Finn Balor?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
There.
It's funny you mentioned that. My wife and I were just talking about this the other day because I was reading an article to her that I had found where Triple H was doing a conference call, and he is of the belief that the whole brand thing should be just that. Instead of just using the name whenever it fits the narrative or the scenario, that it should legitimately be that. He doesn't believe in quote-unquote main roster. He thinks it should be a Raw brand, a SmackDown brand, an NXT brand, an NXT UK brand, a 205 Live brand. That's why now we do see Mustafa moving to SmackDown. That's why we do see UK talent going to NXT and NXT talent going there. My big thing, I've said it on the show 1,000 times. You've heard me say it because you've listened to my show. I've said before, NXT is not a brand. I have an episode called NXT is not a brand. And that's only because talent goes up, it never comes down. It's a feeder system. It's developmental. However,
They just did that the other day, though.
right, I was just going to say, it's starting to change because the argument that I made on that episode was when the talent starts coming from up down, it will be a brand because now we're interchanging talent, we're telling stories together, we're a part of the same system. Now they're doing that. That's why when people started moving to NXT UK, people were a little confused at first because they're like, but they were NXT guys. And they're like, why is Dakota Kai in UK? Toni Storm, she's an Australian. Why is she in UK? I thought this was just going to be, but now we're learning it's the UK is more of a style. NXT is more of a style. SmackDown and Raw have been different for years. We all know that SmackDown's the wrestling show, Raw is the entertainment show. It's always been that way.
Yes,
but it's always been subconscious. Now here's Triple H saying, this is what it's going to be. Raw is our flagship show. It's the entertainment show. We do promos and stories and give birth to hands and we do all kinds of weird shit. SmackDown, we put our best wrestlers on. They go out there to tell stories with their bodies. NXT is the more indie style, athletic, hit each other in the face. UK is more of a hybrid of NXT and it includes That's what Triple H wants to do. So again, you're 2 for 2 here because I think that's exactly where they might be headed with this. Global branding, there's really no room for quote-unquote developmental. That's what the PC can be for. We don't need NXT to be the PC anymore because that's what it was originally.
Yeah, it was.
NXT was just a showing ground for the PC talent, which is what our NXT shows are. They're main stars or NXT stars, quote-unquote, against job guys. It's 93 Raw. That's what NXT is.
Pretty much.
The takeovers
That's their
are
house
great,
shows.
but I can't sit through the weekly shows because they're fucking garbage. It's just the main guys looking good, beating up the young jabrones, and it's like, all right, cool. I remember when 6-1, that was cool. So we just move on.
But this is my thing.
Okay.
Recently, well, in fact, I think it was Thursday. They had a show in San Diego. Connor Reeves came out, was talking junk about San Diego. Of course, who's a San Diego guy? Rey Mysterio. He comes out. Reeves attacks him. They do their little scuffle in the ring. Who does a 619? Rey Mysterio, Connor Reeves. Bumps it like he was The Rock taking the stunner.
He better.
Goes out the ring. Comes out. Mysterio's over. When you said when talent comes from up and goes down,
Exactly.
who would not want to see Ricochet versus Rey Mysterio on an NXT platform or let alone a WWE platform?
Or SmackDown, right.
Because we've already seen it in one other place before because I've watched it.
Well, it's funny. I don't think Triple H came up with this shit on his head on his own. There's got to be a bunch of Raw and SmackDown guys going, I fucking want Gargano. I want Tommaso. And a lot of these guys have already wrestled him. It's like, look, here's my fucking match with him the last time. We can do 10 times better than that now.
Leo Ricochet, why not feed us that? Leo Cedric, why don't we see that happen again on a bigger stage for a title?
Yeah, I just said I think
all three of them in a ring,
I
why
think
not?
the old man's fine, and a lot of people usually give the old man the criticism. They say Vince is out of touch. He's old because he gets to make the final decision, and to a degree, evidence is proof, right? He's the crazy old man. He sticks to his old guns. He's still booking Raw like the Attitude Era. He's still going through the Monday Night War. So when the McMahons came out that last time and they were just like, oh, we're going to shake things up, I'm like, yeah, okay. But I didn't realize at the time because everyone's looking at the show going, okay, let me see this change. That's not where the change is. The change is up here. It's the mentality. It's the thing in the back. That's what they want to change. They want to change how they're doing the fucking show, not the show itself. That's not changing, folks. Raw, the way Raw is the way that Raw is. That will be like that forever. If you don't like that, that's fine. That's why they're saying we have different flavors. You don't like the blueberry? Try the raspberry. Okay, just keep coming back. That's the point. NXT is the most expensive indie company on the planet. You just come and you watch that, and pretty much. And then you come in, and NXT has the benefit of being flexible. You can't take an indie guy. Whoa, excuse me. You can't. That one snuck up on me, folks. You can't take an indie guy and pluck him on Raw and expect him to do well. It just doesn't work like that.
Certain guys.
There are certain guys. Okay, I'll take that back because AJ came out of nowhere. But
yes. But
the point is that, but see, again, when people come back at me with that, I always tell people, the exceptional will. Okay, the exceptional will. Okay, 99% of the time it doesn't work out that way.
Can you
Yeah.
and put him on the main roster. He's going to excel.
He could, yeah. Because he's he's almost like AJ, where he has that crossover appeal now, where people who don't really watch New Japan are now going, this is interesting. Who is this character?
But the real fans are like, oh my God, which brand is he gonna go to?
Where is he gonna go? Trust me, we're gonna get to all that. Let's finish. Let's continue on here because we just spent 10 minutes on one pre-show match. So let's move on to the next shit here. Actually, I might edit most of that and change it around a bit, but because that was really good stuff. But let's stick to the pre-show stuff here. Rusev defending his United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. You told me this is by the way, this is a kickoff match. So you told me before you got here you were watching some of the old Rumbles. You were watching some of the best stuff. I, too, was watching the Rumble.
Yes.
I watched last year's Rumble while I was doing the dishes and cleaning the house and doing husband things. I was watching 2018 Royal Rumble. I watched it from beginning to end. And I forgot how over Shinsuke Nakamura was 1 year ago.
Oh, yes, the Japanese
From the
Rumble.
moment he entered,
Japanese Rumble.
I believe, yeah, that's right.
That was the Japan Rumble.
Yeah.
Japan Rumble.
Fuck you, New Japan. Huh?
We can put them up there too.
Oh, what's that, Stardom? You want to fuck you too, Stardom? What? So he came out number 14. That puts him in pretty much halfway in the Rumble.
Yeah.
So he's there for most of the time. And the whole time, every chance they got, Nakamura, down to the final 6, Nakamura, fatal 4-way, Nakamura. He throws fucking the last guy out. Place goes nuts. Everyone's buzzing. Everyone's talking. It's the trending. It's the worldwide thing. Shinsuke Nakamura, finally, big stage, headlining WrestleMania, where he fucking belongs. Let's fast forward, gentlemen, to tonight. The winner of last year's Royal Rumble will be the challenger of a secondary title on the kickoff show. You first, my friend. Go ahead and try to figure and make sense out of this garbage.
In the past few years, I don't know if we've noticed this, that this has happened.
He started in the past few years. Folks, he's about to fucking let go. Go ahead.
Past few years, we see the man who was on top wins the Rumble.
Yes.
We forget he wins the Rumble, goes to Mania, wins the title, or loses the title, and then the following year, kickoff show, or gets eliminated midway through the Rumble. Why not give them some steam? Why not let them go to the final 4 or the final 3 in the Rumble, then get eliminated? Why not? Because, like I had said here when I came and sat down, oh wow, I forgot who won in 2012. Sheamus.
You did say that. Yes,
I completely forgot who won it. Because why?
Right.
A lot of people were focused on somebody else winning it. Sheamus won it. Okay, cool. Sheamus won it. I was super fan back then. I'm like, oh my God, it's Sheamus. I wanted Jericho to win. Hart.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, I wanted Jericho to win because I've been the Jericho-holic at heart since he was Lionheart.
Of course.
Since he was with the Thrill Seekers. Throw that out there.
El Corazón de la León.
Exactly. I was always a Jericho fan, so when Jericho got eliminated, I'm like, son of a bitch. And then, of course,
right.
Sheamus wins. Sheamus goes on.
Chris Jericho goes on to become a nobody. And I don't know what I'm saying.
No, he actually had to feud with CM Punk, I believe, after that.
Yes, he did follow. Yeah, it was funny. Sheamus wins the Rumble, but Jericho goes to WrestleMania to fight for the championship.
Exactly. He still goes for the title. And then not only that, but who else goes for the title and wins it in 8 seconds? Sheamus against Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
With the kick, the brogue kick, and that was it.
And that was literally it. His career killed pretty much after that.
Exactly, because right after that, he lost the title and everything went downhill from there.
Yeah, Sheamus had like, what, a 5-6 month reign with the World Heavyweight Championship? And then gone for good.
But honestly, I feel the two talents they have on the pre-show with the U.S. title. We've all seen Rusev with the U.S. title before. He reigned supreme with it.
I was going to say, we're heartbroken over Shinsuke. Fucking Rusev Day, man.
Rusev is
what is it going to take?
I've always liked him, and I've always wanted to see him with a world heavyweight title.
Yes.
But I don't know when that's going to happen.
Now I don't know.
Ever going to happen, possibly, because, you got Mustafa Ali and everybody now gunning for that title. But
you're fancy. Is that Snapchat on your watch?
Yeah, I got Snapchat on my watch.
Oh, my God. You've got money.
So, my thing is this. Rusev retains.
Yes, there's no reason. Yeah, exactly.
Shinsuke goes on to the
Are they both
Rumble.
in the Rumble?
Yeah, they're going to both be in the Rumble,
right.
of course. Because, people who have titles can be in the Rumble, except for the heavyweight titles.
Unless you're Sami Zayn or Kurt Angle or Randy Orton.
You never know about Sami Zayn. Because, we're going to probably get to that.
Well, Sami did it last year. Remember, he was in the the WWE Championship match. They jumped Ty Dillinger and he got in.
Exactly.
That angle's been done a few times. Randy snuck in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, I feel the fact that they
none are
actually
better
threw
than
s-
Edge beating Kofi Kingston up
Oh
in the
my God,
Elimination
yes.
Chamber. Still the greatest entry into.
Don't get
Only
me started
one
with
man
Edge.
Can do 2 Elimination Chambers in the same fucking night, baby. Lose a championship in the
Don't
first.
get me started.
Win a championship in the second.
Don't get me started with Edge. I'm the biggest Edge head.
You're
so
an Edge
Don't
head?
get me started.
Speaking of Edge heads, your team is back. Ryder and
I
Hawkins.
know. I'm happy about that one.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
actually pretty happy about that. But no, like I feel Shinsuke and Rusev are gonna have a good pre-show match.
There you go.
It's probably gonna go a good maybe 10, maybe 12.
Okay.
But Rusev will retain because I like this little feud that they got going on. It's interesting. It's not like John Cena Rusev. It's completely different. 2 foreigners fighting each other. Amazing.
Polgreen, Rusev, and Shinsuke, who you got going over on this one?
Rusev.
Has to retain.
WWE has no clue what to do with Shinsuke at this point.
I don't think they have a clue. See, here's the thing. When people say no clue, I think they have clues. I think they know that these guys are talented. It's just they can only...
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean by that is like, who has Shinsuke wrestled on SmackDown since he's got there? It's either AJ every other week.
That's not true.
And
He has wrestled a litany of losers this entire time that he's been on fucking SmackDown.
Let me see.
Can't even remember. No, you
AJ,
can't remember. It's all
Jeff
lower
Hardy.
he
tier.
wrestled AJ for like 6 months.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy, a loser, like I said. See?
He wrestled AJ for 6 months. Jeff Hardy for 3 months.
No.
Nothing became of him.
Yeah,
and
Jeff
Randy.
Hardy, Shinsuke, not
Did
exactly.
he have
the
a
dream
short thing with
match.
Samoa Joe?
That was
Not
a
as
run.
not
That was
as a
like-
heel.
Not as a heel.
Not
no.
as a heel. Yeah,
There's
right.
been
They
there's
did
been
it.
nothing for him on SmackDown. It's like he's floundering in the waters.
Yeah,
There's
because
nothing
if he
for him.
moved to Raw, that would be so much better for him.
No, I mean,
SmackDown's the best chance he has. It's just
Yeah.
there's so many different people coming up now. I mean, even at this point, Mustafa probably has more stock than Shinsuke does on SmackDown.
I mean, his best match was the Survivor Series match against Seth. That was his recent
Granted,
best match.
right.
Come on, you got Seth Rollins.
It's
in the
Seth
match.
Rollins,
saying.
right? You'd have to be a fucking
But I mean-
epileptic with 2 missing feet
But
to
I mean,
not have a
Shinsuke
good
got
match
to be
with Seth
Shinsuke.
Rollins.
Exactly.
I mean, he got to beat Shinsuke in that match.
My son right now gonna get at least 3 stars out of Rollins right now. If Rollins would bump and feed for him,
Well,
too.
Ambrose can't get 3 stars.
Yeah, well, listen, that's a whole nother fucking. You heard me bury that fucking match the other day. Half not their fault because of the positioning. Half they just fucking fell asleep. I don't know what the fuck that was. That wasn't them. All right, we're going to get to the main roster here now, guys. We're going to get to the main roster. I'm going to go. There's no particular order, obviously, because we don't know the order, except for my wife, who always gets the order right. But we're going to start off with the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, versus the greatest tag team in the world, The Miz and Shane McMahon. And I say it that way because that's how they say it. They really call it, and the announcers every fucking week, the greatest tag team in the world. It's like, can you abbreviate that like the world's greatest tag team? Can we WGTT these guys real quick? Because I don't really want to fucking say that every fucking week now, leading up to the WrestleMania, or however long this facade is going to continue on.
Well, they're not the GOAT. Plug it out there.
Listen, they're not. As my old tagline used to be in BCW, they may be good, but they are not the greatest of all time. That's not going to happen at all. I still love that line. I'm mad they don't use it. But the Bar. Is this an easy night for the Bar? I mean, this is going to be an interesting matchup, I'm sure. Shane will probably kill himself at some point, and The Miz will be The Miz. But this is probably going to be an easy one for the Bar. They're just going to go in there. Don't tell me you see title change.
Title
'cause,
change.
oh,
Shock title change.
It would be a shock, actually, because it's like, who...
I'm just curious to see if
Why put the tag titles on Shane McMahon?
I actually just want to see if he's actually going to come out in ring gear for a change.
Listen,
That would be great.
I actually
Shane in
would.
ring gear?
No. Did you see
Shane
the
in matching Miz
in
gear.
the Miz gear though? Did you see it with the all white? With the, oh my god! Okay,
Great.
They'll probably do that.
That
They'll
would be
probably
cool.
do that.
If Shane came out in trunks
Yes.
with the kick pads and the whole deal,
They would
if
have
he
to be-
came out super indie wrestler, I would be.
They better go over.
That's 3 stars to start. Yeah, they would have to go over.
They have to
Wait,
go over.
Shane's not losing in trunks.
they can't wear white.
It's like triple. Oh yes,
They can't wear white.
They can't wear the
White.
white. White trunks are a death sentence in the WWE.
White
You asked
boots
Triple
too,
H
yeah.
about that one.
Yeah.
Can't. Purple was also the death sentence. I think so was red. Wasn't red the Steiner match? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He can only
Yes,
wear
that's
black.
right.
He can only wear black trunks.
Yeah.
He hates blacks, but black comes in handy for him.
Didn't he have a couple? Didn't he wear some green trunks once?
He mixed it up during that whole Reign
Yeah.
of Terror thing. All of a sudden, he got it in his head that colors were good, and he woke up. It was fine. After he buried a few careers and remembered, oh, okay, I remember now. This is not my place is to wear black
So
trunks.
you got a shock title change?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you really think? Okay, I think you might be the only one at the table that believes that because maybe you know what? I wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be shocked, but I would be disappointed. I'm like, come on.
I mean, there has to be one title change on the show, and that one is going to
I
be
agree,
it.
but I don't think that's it.
I don't.
I agree that there's going to be a title change here. I don't think that's it.
I don't know.
Man, that has stumped us. You have shocked the world, sir.
You got
You
me
have
there.
shocked the world.
There's a reason why you got me. Because the Bar has the title for a reason, even though they have great tag teams on SmackDown, Usos. But
yeah.
my thing is this.
See, I feel the same way, but if they
That
do,
brogue
if
kick.
they do the title change, I think that throws the whole thing out the window.
Yeah.
It's
that
like
brogue
now
kick was off
anything-
the hook, though.
now
I
anything-
love
yeah,
that
that
brogue
was
kick.
a good one. Yeah.
Shane ate that. Shane ate that fight.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
that was-
Shane's the one
Shane
guy where
always
like
eats everything.
Exactly. He's the
That's
one
why I'm
guy
like,
where it's
man.
like when Shane calls something, you better fucking bring heat.
Yeah.
because he's just gonna.
that- or if not, he's gonna
will tear
butterfly
you up.
punch you.
Yeah, he will bench you. Yeah, he'll tear you apart backstage. It's like, what, you think I'm some sort of a bitch all of a sudden? Bitch, I've fallen off Titantrons. You think your fucking brogue kick is gonna? Bitch, you better hit me.
That's why you know what?
I love wrestlers that do that. I know you don't spend too much time backstage, Matt. You're
of
working
course.
shows now.
Yeah.
When a guy calls a
Lay it
spot, there it is.
Lay it in.
You better fucking lay it in. Because sometimes you get a vibe from a guy where he's trying to be safe. When a guy's trying to be safe, it's like a doctor. All right, I don't want my doctor humble. I want my doctor to drive a Ferrari fresh from just fucking a hot bitch, coming over here, his breath smells like whiskey, he's got a party to get to at 4, he walks over, bitch, your heart is in good condition, I'll be right back. I need a cocky son of a bitch, a dude who can do this shit in his sleep. That's the type of wrestler I like. I like a dude who can walk in the fucking door, what do you want to do? And then he says, what do you want to do? Okay, but I'll see you. It'll be like 3 hours later before you see the fucker again. You know, and Shane is one of those people. Shane's one of those people who was like, I don't give a shit what you call. When you do it, you better fucking do it. Because if you don't, when I call, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I might hit you harder because you didn't hit me the first fucking time.
Yep.
Okay. So you hit me, hit you,
I've been
and
put in
then
those
we'll be fine.
predicaments
I
before.
think everybody at some point has to be.
Lay it in.
Yeah, lay it in.
Okay. It was like one of my first
especially-
matches. I'm like,
yeah.
bong. I'm like, I'm gonna hit you
Yeah,
hard next time, and I
because
hit him really good.
That's
and he
what
was like,
veterans are supposed to do. When you don't lay your shit in, because when you're new,
get
you
that.
don't really know how to hit. People think that they could do like those little fluff things, those forearms. Happens all the time. And how many times have you seen it? Young guy takes the guy in the corner, starts throwing forearms. If he's throwing him like a bitch, guy calls an audible, pulls him aside, goes into the fucking corner, and fucking lays in.
lays the illest chop.
Now, the point is, what you're supposed to get, because some people take that as, oh, he's taking advantage. No. Now you got me doing Kevin Hart. No. People think sometimes it's taking advantage. What that message is it's okay to hit.
Yeah.
You don't have to knock me out. Just
That's what it
fucking
is.
hit me. Don't listen to the fans. Don't listen to the marks. Don't sit here and believe in your heart that it's all fake. In the ring, we hit each other.
Yep.
Hit me. So Shane, I always got the vibe from Shane because Shane will call something and you'll see the veterans
Like
just
King of the
awesome.
Ring?
Yeah,
King
like
of the
King of the
Ring
Ring.
through the freaking
'cause,
glass?
yeah,
Oh, man.
because the infamous story,
Twice?
he wasn't supposed to go through that shit, and Kurt was just like, dude, stop, because
like, "Let me
the
through
glass
it."
wouldn't break. Do it. The last time he didn't even suplex, he just fucking threw his ass.
He just threw him
He
head
just
first
threw.
through
He
there.
was so determined to go through.
And then on the
plate
other
glass
side,
windows.
he actually suplexed him through
yeah.
to the other
Yeah,
side.
and he landed on his fucking neck, and he's like, yeah, and you see the exasperation on Angle's face. He's just like, all right, fuck, let's do it.
I'm gonna hear it from your father
Yeah,
later.
yeah. He's just gonna say, I know Dad's gonna be mad or whatever, and he just fucking chucks him.
I think
And
he's gonna.
beautiful.
I think it's surprise. I'm
I
agreeing
wouldn't
with
be-
him.
I wouldn't
I'm
be.
gonna agree.
I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time,
Shane
like,
with gear.
If that's the thing, that's the catch. We'll say it here on the show now. Shane comes out with the matching gear, they're going fucking over.
100%.
100%. I will fucking call you and be like, you called it, motherfucker. You called it. If he comes out, even if he's not wearing the tights, if he comes out with his normal Shane gear, but he's got the jacket with the headband and the glass, I'll take that. I'll take entrance
Entrance
attire.
gear, yep.
I'll take the entrance attire.
And he's going to wear those Jordans he got gifted.
all the specials,
Yeah,
the
the
customs.
specials, the customs.
The customs.
He
Oh
always
my
gets
God.
his customs though.
Whew. We're gonna dip a little over into the other side, folks. We're gonna go gender on this one, and we're gonna move over to the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. The Empress versus the Man, Asuka, the champion defending her championship against the Man, Becky Lynch. Let's not analyze first. Let us pick first. Polgreen, who wins this matchup?
Oscar.
Okay, that's your retaining. Who you get here? Who's walking
Becky.
home with the gold? That's his title change. He
Becky.
thinks that Becky is going to win the championship.
Becky's the title change.
I disagree. I think Asuka will retain this championship. I am still under the impression that Becky winds up on Raw before WrestleMania.
I think Becky.
I
was
don't
the-
know how. I don't know how you would make sense of it, but I think Becky and Ronda is going to happen. And the rumor is that Ronda would go to SmackDown because of the Fox deal, but now we've got new rumors that Ronda may not be around for that long. We'll see how that goes. I doubt it either. 3-year contract states she's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
But storyline-wise, the goal is to get Becky into the ring with Ronda sometime by WrestleMania.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yeah. I think Becky's going to win the Rumble.
If Becky
Becky
but
loses,
see, that's the
that's my
thing. We
thing.
just spoke about this for the men. When you compete for the World Championship, you don't go in the Rumble. Last year, Charlotte, not in the Rumble. So, her being in this matchup should eliminate her from the Rumble. Now, as we also said earlier, there have been some exceptions to that rule. If the man somehow finds her way into this Rumble and wins, I can totally see that happening. But
Didn't Bret Hart do that one year? He lost the title shot and then he went into the Royal Rumble.
which Rumble was that? 94? Wait, lose the championship?
No, he lost against Owen early, and then came in and won the Rumble later.
But it wasn't for the championship.
Was there a title on line?
There was a title,
I think it was the
on the
Intercontinental title he might have lost. To
No,
his
you're
brother.
confusing that with WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 10, he lost to Owen in the opening.
That's right.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah,
he
yeah.
won the main
WrestleMania
event
10. You're right.
at
You're right.
WrestleMania.
Yes,
that
yes,
was
yes,
after
yes.
the Rumble. He wasn't.
Yes, that was after Rumble. You're right, you're right,
when
you're right.
When you're in the championship, technically, you're not supposed to be. But like I said, we've seen it before where
that's
the
right.
number, where the title didn't change. The guy didn't win the championship, but he found his way somehow by hook or crook inside the Rumble. Technically speaking, the rule has shifted over to the women. Thus far, we've only had one Rumble match, but
Yeah,
they
for the
kept
women,
to
yeah,
it,
exactly.
where the person who was in the championship match did not enter the Royal Rumble. So this year,
That's true.
Becky's competing for the championship, which would put her out of the Rumble. Now, by hook or
Elimination
crook,
Chamber?
if she gets in right, you can do an Elimination Chamber. Point is, I don't think she's winning that belt tonight, which is the reason why this match shouldn't have been booked in the first goddamn place, because Becky doesn't need to be eating losses right now, especially if she's going to be going up against who I can only assume will be an undefeated Ronda Rousey by WrestleMania. She's still the man, but last time I checked, when you're the man, you get fed opponents. You don't get fed to an opponent.
Only way I see Becky winning this match is if they plan to screw Ronda later.
Out of the title?
Like Becky wins, and then Becky comes out and interferes. Sasha wins. That forces Ronda to somehow go to SmackDown to get her revenge because she did that to Becky last pay-per-view. She came out, pushed the ladder
Makes sense,
over.
but that's going to involve a lot of moving around.
But they're
See, the
also
problem
trying to
with-
push, if you haven't noticed, every single time Sasha finishes some type of promo against Ronda, she puts up her four fingers. Every single time I've noticed that hand gesture whenever Sasha says something.
Mm-hmm.
They're already kind of stirring the pot in NXT with Shayna Baszler and the
I don't
other
think-
two.
but I don't think they pulled the
they're coming
trigger on
for.
that
They're
yet.
not pulling the trigger at Mania.
No.
They'll probably appear at Mania, but they'll pull
They'll
that
get it
trigger.
started.
They'll get it started, and they'll pull that trigger for SummerSlam.
Maybe SummerSlam. They may
Survivor
tease.
Series.
Or
by then.
Survivor
I
Series,
think-
because they can have a Survivor Series
Match.
They could have the
elimination
Survivor
match.
Series. Yeah,
The four horsewomen against
those
the four
two ladies
horsewomen.
in NXT are not anywhere near ready to get in the ring. Have
Not
a
at
big
all.
high profile.
They're already-
matchup.
they're
They're
injuring people
greener
too.
than
That's the funny
goose
thing.
shit. Greener. I've seen blades of grass less green than these two bitches. I really have. I mean, if you took all of the colors of the rainbow and eliminated green, you could replace them with the two bitches that were on NXT. It would be an equivalent situation.
Well, Dakota Kai just got
They
injured.
looked,
wrestling them.
they looked lost for a lot of that shit that I did see on the NXT show. I was
I
like,
need the
Jesus.
MMA fighters. They should have had an easier way in with the grappling part.
With the grappling part, but like I tell about, I think I've said it on the show before. When you're an MMA fighter coming into pro wrestling, it's a bit of a transition because everything in your body says, "Don't let him hit you." That's the hardest part. For rookies coming into wrestling, the hardest part is bump. MMA fighters aren't afraid of bump; they hit the mat all the time.
Yeah.
Their instinct is, "Don't let him hit me," so they have to turn that part off. To sit there with your hands down and sell a punch makes no sense to them. It doesn't make any sense. They have to adjust to that. Kurt did it the best, but that was just because, and Kurt explained it best himself, I just turned everything off. That was how he transitioned. That's how he claims that he transitioned so well. I
He
turned
was
it
a
all
sponge.
off.
Yeah, he was a sponge.
And just got beat up a lot until I figured out where to hit, when to hit, how to turn it on. And the trainers would like let him off the leash just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. The infamous Mick Foley story when Kurt Angle was wrestling Taz for the first time at the Guard. Kurt was scared out of his fucking mind. He's like, why? He's like, I'm wrestling Taz. He's a suplex machine. He's this, he's that. What if we go out there and he takes liberties, he takes advantage? He goes, you won a gold medal in wrestling, didn't you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, so technically speaking on paper, couldn't you fuck him up if you really wanted to? I was like, I mean, because at that point, he'd always been told to pull back.
Yeah.
So now here's Taz, ECW, extreme hardcore motherfucker, suplex, blah, blah, blah. And he's nervous. And Kurt's like, and Mick Foley was like, you're Kurt Angle. You're one of the best fighters in the world. If he takes liberties, beat his ass.
Yeah.
In the Guard. Yeah. Now, here's the funny part. The other side of the story, Taz commented on, he was nervous. He thought Kurt was going to shoot on him. He said, if I suplex him and hurt him, he's going to fuck me up. I can't go out there and get embarrassed because everyone knew Taz was a gimmick. Taz wasn't really like that. That wasn't really him. He was just playing up to the shit. So it's like those dudes in the street corner. I can Facebook thuggery all I want. When I get in there, if I say something that pops off, he might punch me in my fucking mouth. That's what that was. So Kurt's nervous. Taz going to take liberties. Taz is nervous. Kurt's going to take liberties. And as you all saw in the match, it didn't matter. It was 8 minutes, and they just had a kerfuffle. They just did a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Everything led to a choke out.
Another Taz fan over here. Let's say.
Oh, yeah. Hey, my original AIM name was Taz PPB 96. That was my original. And PPB was Paul Bear, because that was my nickname at the time. So anyway, little fun fact. I'm on episode 73. I don't think I've ever said that before on the show. Yeah, Paul Bear. I didn't even know what it was until I got that nickname. I had to fucking look it up. I was like, what the fuck is a Paul Bear? And it was a cartoon show. I was like, what the fuck? You trying to say I'm a little fuzzy bear, you fuck? Anywho, that was the SmackDown. Well, we did a lot of SmackDown stuff. Let's head over to the Raw side just a little bit here. Head over to the Raw side. Well, you know what's funny?
Mode.
I'm looking at I know. I'm looking at this card here. There aren't many Raw matches on here.
No.
So we're gonna lead over to the Raw match that nobody wants to talk about because they find themselves in a pickle. It is for the WWE Universal Championship. The Beast, Brock Lesnar, up against what could only be confused as a crash test dummy tonight, Finn Balor, who will be bumping and feeding for 20 minutes tonight. I hope he did his cardio because he's going to be thrown around a lot. First things first, do we see the Demon tonight?
A little bit.
No.
What the fuck is a little bit?
He said he's not doing the Demon.
Don't tell me he's going to do my plan because
your plan.
My plan would work.
Your plan would work.
No, not half. I pitched
it?
this idea. I don't think I did it on the show, right? I think I did it after. Did I do it on the show?
I think we did it on the show last.
I'm not sure, but I'll repeat it again. So my idea was I wanted, because they barely ever do the Demon. So my thought process is if you're going to fight someone like Brock, why don't you do something really special with the Demon? So my idea was, and this is the first time you were hearing this, my idea was why don't we start off the match as Finn? And the reason for that is because Finn gets the idea in his head. He really wants to feel like he can beat Brock. It's a lot like what they're doing with the Hulk, but in reverse, where Hulk's like, I don't want to come out because Bruce always uses me or whatever. I want Finn to be the other side, where it's like, I don't want the Hulk. I want to see if I can beat him as Bruce Banner. Let Finn Balor face Brock Lesnar and see what happens. And my idea originally, which they did not do because the show is tonight, but my idea was that I wanted Paul Heyman to take Finn for granted, but oversell the Demon. Almost to the point of not afraid, but concerned. We don't want to see the Demon because that's a whole other bag of shit, and we don't really want to deal with that type of deal. So that way, when Finn plays off of the idea, well, don't worry about the Demon. I don't fucking want the Demon involved in this. I can beat Brock Lesnar. That whole promo he did on Raw would have been fine. Just mention the Demon like one time, and then that would have been cool. And my idea was that Finn Balor starts the match off as Finn Balor. No makeup, none of that stuff. He's doing the whole deal. And Brock does his deal, suplex, all this stuff. He's dropping him, and Paul's ringside just getting into him, getting in his ear. Oh, you messed up. You fucked up. You should have brought the Demon. You should have did it. And just egging him on. And then I want Brock to just fucking overhead over the top rope, just fucking suplex him out of the ring. And he's doing this whole strut, the Suplex City deal, and Paul's fucking getting into him. And he's standing over Finn, and Finn gives him one kick, boom, to Paul. Paul doubles back. And Finn crawls and he gets underneath the ring. And Paul goes underneath the ring and he looks and he can't find him. And he's looking around ringside. He's pulling the apron up. I don't know where he is. And they start to do the smoke a little bit. And they're looking around, and Finn comes out the other side. And you know how when he comes out as the demon, it's like perfect. It's got that perfect, the teeth look and the 3D look and all that stuff. He's got his chest done up in a back piece. None of that garbage. I want him to come out of the ring with the paint just tathered on. Almost like he took paint in his hand and just fucking did all kinds of shit to his face. So he's not full demon, but you can kind of see him almost transforming into
Kinda
the
like
demon.
Venom.
Almost like Venom, where he's transitioning from like Brock to Venom. And the more the match goes, the more demon he gets on him, and he gets stronger and stronger, and he's huffing and he's
'Cause you
huffing.
can tell
He's
from his
built,
character
and now
more
Brock's
than
selling it. Oh shit! Here's the demon. It's full on demon, and now we're full. Now and it's not perfect paint, but he's because now what you're doing is you're telling the audience. Now you're explaining what the strength is. Because if he does go over, now if you do this, it's built up that whenever he accesses himself to that, he becomes even stronger. Now he can beat anybody. The size and the weight shouldn't even matter because when he gets into that mental state, when the paint comes on and his mental shifts, but we never see the shift. We always see him as Finn or we see him as Demon. With this idea with the paint, you can see him transition physically in. And if you got like a guy like Brock, who's never afraid of anybody or afraid of anything, start to be concerned. You know that dumb look he gets on his face, like, yeah. And here comes the paint, and he's just adding more paint and more paint. And now Brock's takes his... I forgot to mention, Brock doesn't take a single bump up to this point. And now we're moving, sling blade, bam, he takes his first bump, and now he's in full fucking demon, and you're like, oh my God. Now the audience is like, he's gonna fucking kill this guy. It makes it fair. You tell the story about the demon a little bit better.
That does make sense.
And right, and it doesn't have to be perfect because the paint is intimidating, but the paint is just it's paint.
Exactly.
His mental state that changes is the important part of the story. So if he feels like Finn can do it, and they're just egging him and pushing him, and he starts to doubt himself, that's when the demon, quote unquote, takes over. Finn starts to get low confidence. It's like the demon fucking takes over, and now Brock's in fucking trouble. And that was the idea that I have for the
World Wrestling Entertainment. If you're listening to this, sign this guy to be a writer right now because that makes 100% sense.
Even if he lost,
but you know what I thought about when I saw that line,
when
I saw that fight. You know the first match that came to my mind?
What was that?
Brock versus CM Punk.
Because
CM Punk gave him a run for his money, and he actually bumped for Punk that night,
and it fit for Punk.
It would fit for Finn also to do that because
for the same exact reason though. Punk's match was different. If you look at Punk's match, it's different from any other Brock match there's ever been, and the reason for that is because Punk was the aggressor.
Yep.
In every match that Brock is in, people are responding to whatever Brock does. They're trying to regain themselves. They're being suplexed down. They always fire up a comeback. Punk never allowed the comeback to happen. Now, he got caught eventually, but that's why the match went 25 minutes. Like, it went for a while.
Exactly.
Because Punk, it was a no disqualification match. He was able to keep Brock guessing. That's why that match is so revered, because it was different from the rest, because Punk didn't get his ass. Even Triple H followed the formula of getting his ass kicked and fighting back and trying to overcome, blah, blah, blah. Punk just beat the shit out of this guy for as long as he could. Now, the Beast overcame.
Exactly.
But then that's what I'm saying. In my scenario with Finn in the paint, even in my own match, my scenario that I'm booking this, I don't have him winning the first match. Even in that scenario, he loses. But the point is you got it across to the audience that when he's the demon, he's a threat. That way, the next time this match happens,
he will be the demon on 100%.
He'll be a demon straight up, and now the audience goes, he's got a fucking shot. Because now you have convinced people. Look at how everyone feels about this match right now. Everyone just assumes it's the formula he's gonna get. It's the Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. He'll get beat up. He'll come back. He'll fight for a little bit. Eventually, he'll get F5 to death because he weighs 180 pounds. He'll get flipped like Shannon Moore a bunch of fucking times. That's what everyone expects.
I still have the heart for him because I remember Shinsuke versus Brock in New Japan. You know, that was a little interesting match right there.
There you go.
So
that was my idea for the Finn Balor paint. I just like I don't think they're gonna do it tonight.
No,
I'm sorry.
of course not.
That would be pretty awesome.
I actually think that tonight, I don't believe we see the demon at all. I think they're going to try to go the Finn Balor route, and they're going to try to see, because I think to them they feel the demon is a failsafe, like in case of an emergency, break open window and pull out paint. I think if they can get Finn to look good against Lesnar straight up, when they do the paint, they'll be like, all right, well now he has a fair chance.
How about a promo before the match, like during the kickoff show, to egg on the demon? and then we see like something like a vignette of him break.
I think the fact that it hasn't been mentioned once by now, I don't, because it hasn't been mentioned at all. And I think Paul's smart enough to know that if we're gonna go that route, we should have did this a long time ago.
Oh no, of course, Paul.
Now, from what I understand, and I know it's all rumor or whatever, but Brock's very much in favor of having this match. He likes Finn. He digs Finn. So I think he's going to bump for him. I think it'll be an interesting matchup.
Finally.
I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles all over again. I think he has his little guy, big guy formula that he likes, and that's the match we're going to get. That's why I said the idea with the paint, because you can have that same match, just add the story of the paint, and then he'll take, because he eventually does bump. He bumped for, actually, I think he bumps more for the little guys than he does for the big guys.
He did bump for Daniel.
I think he bumped more for Daniel than he did for Braun.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
When he fights big guys, I think he actually sits there and I'm not taking a single bump for this guy. Especially when he two-pieced him. He's like, I'm not fucking for this guy. I'm not bumping for this guy. But he respects the little guys, man.
Yeah, plus Daniel's safe.
Finn to a degree is also safe.
He's super.
Though.
Yeah, no, he's
a
safe.
pretty good competitor. The other Raw match, we're going to the WWE side, WWE Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey, Sasha Banks. We've actually talked a little bit about this match already. You laid down your plan for the flip-flop here, get all these different pieces in place for the WrestleMania matchup. Matt, who goes over in this matchup? Are we still undefeated with Ronda Rousey, or does Sasha Banks pull the upset of the century?
I do love Sasha, but Ronda's going to retain, of course. Because, they have to bring over that most dangerous woman on the planet. They have to keep that going because Stephanie always says it. Stephanie throws it out there still.
That's
so
the tagline.
Why not?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the tagline, exactly. So you got to keep that because that's the moneymaker right there. So keep it going till Mania. Have a fight, Becky. But my thing is, why not have champion versus champion at Mania? Think about that.
Okay. What comes out of that? Like both championships on the line?
Well, yeah, why not? Make one of the women rule it all. But have your little appearances from the four horsewomen trying to, hey, we're going to help our girl out. Okay, we're going to help our girl out. Kind of like when we had Triple H versus Sting at that Mania.
Oh, Lord, that was a shit fest. I hated that
Exactly.
match.
It was, but
that
you know
was
what?
actually okay.
It was
until
nostalgia for all of us.
All the geriatric shit at the end.
Exactly. It was kind of nostalgia for all
Like
of us
Sting
at
and
that
Triple
one
H were
point.
putting on a pretty solid match.
They were.
At least solid. Like Triple H was...
And then
he was
Hogan
working
comes
his
out.
ass off. Once the NWO DX thing happened, I was like, okay.
That was a little nostalgia. I was like, oh, it's NWO is DX finally for once.
I was so
in, like,
disappointed.
The nostalgia would have worked had the match sucked. Because then I would have looked at the nostalgia and said, this saves it. It's like a little nostalgia.
It was
thing.
a savior.
The match was actually
I
going
think
pretty
they
well.
actually probably booked that just in case you
As
guys
just
go
in case
out
we
and
shit
do
the bed.
this.
Yeah, just in case we shit the bed.
I was disappointed with the whole match.
My thing is,
Yeah, I know, you're a big
they
Sting
could
guy,
do that.
yeah.
From the intro.
They can do
Sting's
that at
intro.
Mania here, which would make sense. You have
I still
Becky
have no
versus
explanation
Ronda.
for the Japanese intro of this thing. I still, to this day, have no reason.
He came out in broad daylight.
I was never given a reason.
Came out in broad daylight. No, and then
Well, that's not his. He didn't invent time zones, Alex.
okay.
He doesn't fucking know that it's like, you know what I mean. He's not booking the fucking
my
card.
other issue was his theme.
Okay, well, look, it was the same theme.
No.
Okay, it didn't have the same vibe to it.
No, I'm talking about when they introduced Sting for the 2K video game. They had the
It opened up like
they had
Raven.
the violins. They had all these guys dressed like Sting playing the violins. That should have been his intro. They should
Oh,
have
from
had
the video game? Yeah, that should have been it. Yeah.
But it would have had to have been later at night, though, their match. But that's why they booked
If they would have had the orchestra.
Taker and Bray Wyatt
That was the
around
same
that
issue, too.
nighttime.
If they would have done
were
the
evil.
orchestra at night, I would have fucking popped. That
That
would
would've
have
been dope.
huge.
That would've been
Like
dope.
the Japanese thing wasn't terrible, but it just didn't
It just
fit
made no
Sting.
sense.
I was
Exactly.
like, what's the combo? He tried to save it. If you look at the documentary for that pay-per-view,
Yeah,
which
he
is like
tried
how
to
he
save it.
appreciates the culture and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He tried to act like almost like he did it, but I'm like, no, I don't know about that, brother. That's a hard sell, bro. How the fuck did that work?
Like, oh no, that's not how it's gonna work.
No. That particular match, though, since we're sidetracking onto that, like it was actually solid.
was a decent match. It
was a
They
good
weren't
match.
doing that bad. And for nothing, Sting and Rollins wasn't that bad either until it went. It wasn't bad till it got bad.
But then again, fun fact about that WrestleMania 2, we got a first sight of the four horsewomen because they were sitting
Yes.
ringside.
Yes.
So that's why it would make sense going
stop
into
your
that
logical
Mania.
spinning. Stop your
You
logic.
see?
Stop using reasoning in your argument. That's not. There's no place for that here in wrestling.
But think about that. That would be actually pretty dope.
So everyone here has Ronda retaining the championship here tonight, here at the women's championship. Yeah. So far, your title change is the SmackDown tag titles. Your title change is the SmackDown women's title. Yeah. I have not mentioned a title change for myself at all whatsoever. Which leads me to my next match. For the WWE Championship, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles here. It is the phenomenal one against the new Daniel Bryan, not the old one. The Yes Movement is now dead, folks. It's the first big pay-per-view of the new Daniel Bryan. And I know I segued this perfectly and give you the insinuation that I am attempting a title change here, but alas, I am not. I do not have a title change on this card. I actually believe all champions will retain, including Daniel Bryan. I see Daniel Bryan walking with the championship. There's zero need for AJ Styles to win the championship right now. He will still be in a high-profile situation at WrestleMania, title or no title. I will state this. I put it on Facebook already, and I will say it now on the show for everyone to understand. AJ Styles is always looked at as a polarizing figure, always has been. He's been one of the best in the world for over a decade. You sat in my home, not just the old House of O, but the old House of O. You've been in 3 of my homes, and I don't move a lot. And I sat there and I told you to your face, top 5 of all time. I told you this in 2009. I said top 5 all time. I had AJ Styles in there in 2009. He looked at me like a fucking crazy person.
In 2009?
2019, he's in the conversation of the greatest fucking person who has ever lived on the planet. I am a foresight given upon God. And I'm an atheist, by the way. But I will bring this up by saying this. I'm not the only one that feels this way. The WWE obviously does as well, because Royal Rumble is this man's pay-per-view. Every Royal Rumble since his debut, and this includes his debut, he has competed for the WWE Championship. Every single one. 2016, he was in the Rumble that the title was on the line. 2017, he lost to John Cena, and he was the defending champion, lost to John Cena. Last year, defending champion beats Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a handicap match, and now this year, he is challenger to Daniel Bryan. He is in the main event. He is in the big title picture every fucking year in January. We start off every year in the WWE with AJ Styles being in the top picture. He just had a reign for 71 days, something like that. Zero need for him to be the champion. In a span of 4 years, he has solidified himself. He is a WWE legend at this point. He's one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet. I don't think he needed the WWE to have that title attached to him. No. But it really helps that he did. I'm going to start with the females, baby. 30 women over the top rope Royal Rumble match. It would be very easy to sit here and pick a winner, which we will, but let's not start off just with that right away. What we're going to do is the first Women's Royal Rumble was last year. In my opinion, very easy to book. Very easy in the sense of you had no terrain here. This is all fresh. Mm-hmm. So we did nostalgia picks, and we did fucking NXT picks, and there was just like so many different, for lack of a better term, holes to fill, I guess you could say here, for 30 women here competing. A year has gone by. The rosters have been bolstered. We have a billion fucking women on the planet now who are professional wrestling here in the WWE. Do you see this being Raw, SmackDown eccentric now, back to the main roster stuff? Or do you see, as we just discussed earlier with the brand stuff, are we going to get NXT UK? Are we going to get fucking, just every women, all the women there? Are we lessening the nostalgia acts? Do you see any, every Rumble has their surprises, but do you see, because I think the last Rumble had like 9 or 8 returning chicks. Do you think that's
Trish,
do you think that's less now this year? Or
I think it's less. It goes down to like
it's going to be way less. Yeah. Way less this year.
4 or 5 still kind of a high number.
Not compared to 9.
Well, no, it's half basically.
Come on, they had Molly Holly come out and do her thing. Molly Holly, freaking Alundra Blaze came out.
We're not getting those.
We're not getting them. Yeah. I know we're gonna most likely get
Trish and Lita again.
Trish and Lita off the
Alundra Blaze was
bat.
looking nice at Evolution.
She was looking pretty good. Yeah, but I think it's gonna be Trish and Lita, of course. Beth Phoenix
course,
already
really?
said.
I don't know
of
about
course.
Trish and Lita. I
Beth,
think Trish is the
Beth
kind
is going to
of
be
man.
commentating with Renee Young, so we know that's not going to happen.
I think Michelle McCool is going to be in it.
McCool, because she's been saying to come
Cool
back.
is interesting.
Yeah, Lay Cool most likely be. We're
Well,
going to see Lay
everybody, all
Cool.
the women, of course, they want to come back because before, when all these women were in the WWE, they were all oppressed and shitted on every fucking day.
I'm going to kind of be sad, though, if we don't get Miss Jackie or Ivory, because I love
I
them,
keep
so.
hearing people pissed off we haven't gotten Jazz yet.
No. Who I'm pissed off about is Victoria.
No, I heard what you said. I'm adding to the
Victoria.
list. Jazz.
I think Ivory might.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just gonna throw this name out there real quick for people because there's a particular someone who I'm a big fan of who hasn't been wrestling in a long time, actually retired from the game, and actually now is on a final retirement tour right now for a year. Victoria is available, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make a quick fan. And if do me a favor, guys, spend the money. Don't give me that little booty shake song shit. I want the fucking lesbian singing that fucking song again. All right, all the things she said. I want the original. Fucking
you want
song.
Tattoo?
I want.
You want Tattoo out there.
Tattoo. I want Tattoo to be singing the song. All the things you said, all the things you said.
Yes, I want that Victoria. I want Crazy Victoria
man.
to get in that match and just wreak havoc because I was even calling it last year. I'm like, Victoria, no.
Yeah, because everyone looks
we
at
wanted her.
when Mickey and Trish at the stare off. They're like, "Oh, remember the Psycho gimmick, bitch? You remember the real Psycho gimmick when it was Victoria and Trish?
Yes.
that was the original one. Victoria was like
That was the original
Black
one.
Widow spider to bite your fucking head off.
And she'll just grab her hair and just put you in a move.
Victoria would be interesting. Her and Nikki Cross in the ring at the same time.
Yes. That
Oh
would-
my God,
I
yes.
just got an erection. Okay, hold on a second. I have
yes.
to cool shower because that was intense. That would be awesome, and I would have Nikki Cross eliminate her. That would be awesome. It would be
And
a
that would
nice
put
little rub.
Nikki super over.
Oh man, to be honest, I think Nikki plays a better Psycho, but I that would be crazy. I had never even thought about that. That's why you're on the show, kid.
And then she'll
They make me fucking
and you
think.
can like they'll just have a standoff in the ring and she'll say, "Let's play." That would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, you want to play? Play with Nikki. Let Nikki play. I love when she does
Like
that.
mind
Her
you,
Irish-
they just drop everybody in the ring and they just have a stare off, and then they're like
They do the
grabbing,
whole, like,
their,
the grabbing
hair,
their hair,
and they're
yeah.
looking at each other. Oh my god!
Come on, Vicky, play with Nikki.
I would have to go to the bathroom after that one.
Bathroom. I'm stroking right in front of everybody. I don't
Nah,
give a fuck.
it's gonna be family. I
Listen,
can't do
dude,
that.
this is what you missed it when we came in my house. Can we share this story? This guy came into my house and my son just showed him his dick for no fucking reason. For no fucking reason. I wasn't even here. I was at the corner
He's like,
store.
"Happy Royal Rumble Day," and runs to the bathroom.
It's, it's Rusev Day. My dick is out, man. Welcome to the house. It's the first time that he's in my apartment. The first thing he sees
Oh
is
my
my son's
God.
dick. Now we know why he's little Alex.
Nah, but that'll be amazing. Victoria and Nikki in the ring.
Didn't even think about that. What a fucking.
God.
That's my moment right there. That shit would be great.
And then you have like the Iconics try to like play their little thing, and they just drop the Iconics and continue their stare off.
I see something corny like the Iconics and the Bellas. Like, I don't know. I just like just to match up or like because you know the Bellas are going to be involved in this in some way.
Of course.
Some way. They're for some reason they're like the Undertaker and Triple H now. They only show up for the big shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, so let's get to the point now. Winners. Actually, no winners.
Surprise
I don't want
entries?
to do a winners just yet. Yeah. Surprise entries in a second. Give me the final four.
The final four.
Give me the final four. That's a little hard.
Bailey's gonna be one of the final four.
I don't know about that. They pretty much given up on fucking Bailey. I don't know why, but they just I don't
This
know.
might just be her shot. Lacey Evans, because they're putting a lot of shine on her right now.
Yeah, that's my wife's favorite female wrestler right now.
Of
Lacey
course,
Evans.
my Samoan goddess herself, Nia Jax got to be in
The
that final
face breaker needs to be in the final four. There's just no way around that. You haters out there need to realize ain't many women out there like her. This whole, I just knocked this whole. Thank God it was empty, and I'm not drunk yet.
four. And let me see. I think I'm
I'm
just
about to
gonna
pause
throw
this bitch because I gotta re up. I think you gotta re up too.
in a minute.
You gotta re up.
I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna throw a curveball into this right now.
Ooh,
A big
curveball.
curveball.
Big curveball.
I'm calling for the one of the final four. Is gonna be an NXT person.
Oh, very interesting.
Well, technically, Lacey's the NXT.
No.
person.
She's not.
She's
She's called
main
up.
roster
She's main
now.
roster
She's
now.
called up. I'm calling.
Bianca Belair.
Yeah,
Bianca Belair. They're putting a lot of real estate in her right now. She's
exactly. And if not Bianca,
dope. Uh-oh.
I feel they're gonna just throw. This is gonna literally throw us all a curveball and give us Candace.
Maybe Candace. All right. Question. I just thought about this now. Lightning bolt to the head. Champions can't be in this. So does that include the NXT and NXT UK? So no Tony Storm.
They didn't say that.
They didn't say it. I'm just.
They didn't say that, but then think about it. That's
that
brand.
follows. Yeah, exactly.
That's brand
Well, I don't
championship.
know about that because the NXT champion was in it last year. Almost was in it last year. So now I don't know about that now.
Did he have the title?
Yeah. He came to the ring with the belt.
That's right, he did.
He did. He gave it to Zelina, and Zelina went to the back of the belt.
Wait till we get to the men's.
So
Wait till we get to the men's.
So I don't know. I guess the rule's out on that, right? So we could get a.
You want to get a Shayna Baszler, really?
Storm,
You don't want to get a Shayna Baszler.
If Shayna and Tony get in and they win, who the fuck do they face?
Io Shirai, I think, is going to be in the Rumble. But I don't think she's going to basically go that far.
I just like her.
Kairi Sane is going to be there, but I don't think Kairi Sane is going to go that far. I think she's going to get eliminated by somebody.
I think Kairi Sane's Final Four.
So you don't have.
You really think that?
I think so.
You don't have the returning Alexa Bliss in the Final Four, which is surprising.
Actually, I don't.
No.
Actually, I don't.
Because I think they're going to have a good feud with her and Lacey Evans after the fact.
That's why I don't have Lacey in my Final Four either. I think they're going to do something in the middle.
She'll get eliminated, but it's going to be because Alexa Bliss.
I feel like Lacey eliminates Alexa. Something happens along the way. Alexa disappears, comes back, and costs Lacey her spot. And
exactly.
That builds towards something else. That's why I don't have either of them really in my Final Four. I see them doing their little thing in the middle.
I would love to see Lacey in the Final Four and Alexa mess it up for her in the Final Four because then they'll have more emphasis on their feud.
So how many women are down? Like, because Carmella has number 30.
You have to back Carmella.
And I don't have Carmella in my Final Four either.
She's going to get eliminated pretty fast.
She's in and out, maybe a few minutes.
You have to have a SmackDown person. Everybody.
I do have a SmackDown person in the Final Four. I don't have Carmella.
Carmella's going to get super kicked out of there by...
I have Mandy Rose in the Final Four.
Oh.
Unfortunately. That's
why not
my choice.
Why not Naomi?
I actually see that little idea you pitched about Alexa costing her the Final Four spot. I have that for
Mandy
Naomi
Rose.
and
there we go. Okay, I get it.
I thought about the same thing just for different people. I thought Mandy fucks over Naomi at some point. Naomi disappears. Mandy gets to the Final Four. She's about to eliminate somebody, and then here comes
she's gonna pull a Bret Hart.
Yeah, Naomi comes over and pulls
screwing everybody up.
And I literally want her to pull Mandy by the hair. That way she can go on Twitter and shit that she snatched her wig or whatever. I'll just use it like
so pull a Hogan tantrum.
That's one of her catch things on fucking Twitter.
So do the Hogan tantrum.
Yeah. Well, that's too much the tantrum because it's legit, right? She's fucking with a man.
Get over here.
So now that begs the question. People are probably wondering, well, then who the fuck is in your Final Four for Christ's sake? Because so I got Mandy Rose in my Final Four. I have my actual the winner that I think is going to be of the whole thing is actually going to be on the Raw side. I actually have Ruby Riott winning this.
Wow.
I have Ruby Riott winning this, and I think the reason for that is because I think the Riott Squad's going to play a huge role in her surviving the Rumble.
That is true.
They've been giving us the impression with this whole Natty feud that they have no problem taking the back seat to Ruby so long as Ruby keeps everybody eating. You know, we're all on the same page here. So I think they're going to run that all the way to
Ruby
the
is the talent there.
Because here's the thing. When we get to the men's Rumble, I'm going to actually say something very similar, but it's about time that we curveball some fucking people because every Rumble is the same people that we know is going to win. Mm-hmm. Every Rumble, it's either a possibility of 1 to 2 to maybe 3 people, but it's always just, like, going in, it's going to be one of these 3 people. Very rarely are we ever shocked. I mean, let's be honest about this. We went in order: Batista, Triple H, Randy Orton, and then right to Shinsuke, I think. No, somebody in between. Roman was
Roman,
and then Shinsuke.
Roman.
Yeah, and then after Roman was Shinsuke, and Shinsuke is a departure from the norm, but everyone saw Shinsuke coming. He was definitely one of the top prospects. I think it's with this whole we're going to change things and shake shit up thing. It's both of these matches I think are going to be a curveball. Not too far out of the realm. Zack Ryder's not winning the Royal Rumble, but it's going to be I know. I pick him every year. You know that. Except for this year. I am picking the obvious choice.
So your winner is Ruby?
My winner is Ruby.
So Ruby's in it.
Ruby's in my Final Four. Mandy's in my Final Four. I actually have Sonya also in my Final Four because I think that's where the split happens. I think that's where the split happens because we have to detach these 2 bitches.
And they're already teasing at it already.
They've been teasing it for forever. I think they're all in on Mandy, and I think this is going to be a big moment for Mandy, but I don't think Mandy wins.
Mandy's the new...
And I don't think Ruby costs her the match either, which leads you now to believe who's the babyface. who Ruby will be eliminating, and I am once again going back to the old faithful, and I think Natalia is the one that's going to be the last eliminated by Ruby.
Wow, that's the final four for you.
Because I think, because they put over, Natty won the feud, but they have the best chemistry.
Okay, so
It's a weird final four, considering who's going to be in this match.
That's why I'm kind of calling Bailey being my winner for the Rumble. Reason being is that can kind of spark up the feud for the
we're
four
playing
horsewomen.
behind the 8 ball with Bailey. If she does nothing for 2 straight years and then wins a Rumble, that's going to be like
That's a curveball.
That's a curveball and a half. But at least it's a curveball.
That's a changeup.
At least it's a curveball with a proven entity. It's not like you're
Exactly.
taking a risk. You know she's successful.
And not only that, you have a great storyline to work from it after that.
I would only here's the curveball. Here's what I think it really is a curveball. If Bailey wins, but she wins because she turned heel. That's what I think the real curveball would be. What the fuck? They've ruined the whole girl next door thing with Bailey. It's
That is
gone.
true.
The hugger's gone. The pigtail, the high ponytail is gone. I'm done with all that shit. Now I know that fucks up our 4 horsewomen thing, but they're not pulling the trigger this year on that, right? So do the Avengers storyline. The 4 horsemen are all on the same page right now, with the exception of Baby Becky because she's a heel, but she still respects Charlotte. And if push come to shove, if put in a pressure situation, the 4 women will still gravitate. So, Civil War this bitch. Break them up. Explode
Exactly.
it. Let them all be apart from each other.
And out of nowhere, what
That way,
happens?
for the rest of this year, the MMA horsewomen will dominate, become this big force, let them catch up. And little by little, Stark and Cap have to talk to each other. Fucking do the flip phone deal where they have to talk to fucking each other. And now we have the ultimate comeback of the 4 people against the horsemen.
Interesting.
The
Because
crowd
at
will
least-
go crazy
because
for that
at
one.
this point, the 4 WWE horsewomen would be overwhelming favorites against the MMA. But you can't put
Yes.
the MMA one over because it's MMA.
Exactly.
Our horsewomen have to go over. So for them to win and have it mean something, there has to be sympathy. You don't get sympathy if they're the overwhelming favorite. You have to destroy them so that when the comeback happens, it's piece by piece. The Shield reunion, before it collapsed and became a disease. The Shield reunion, piece by piece, week by week, day by day, we
It
just
worked.
teased
But
it
then again,
over
we're
and over.
gonna end up getting most likely Sasha and Bailey as tag team champions.
That's why I don't have Bailey winning the Rumble.
I kind of have
I
her
don't
still winning
believe
it
they're gonna be
because
tag
they
team
can be tag team champions, feud Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels gimmick, move it over to give it to the Iconics because the Iconics is over. I see the Iconics holding it.
And
I think the Iconics need a little bit more time. I'm not gonna lie, they're over.
They
I
get
think
it because they're over.
Their matches are so terrible.
Oh, they're trash. But still,
If you
They're
can't get a
over.
good match out of Becky, you're the shits.
but
That
like
match
the-
with Peyton
what
Royce
did they do
was
with
trash.
this girl? That the WWE released her because she was like not that intelligent in what she did.
That's a long
Eva.
list.
I don't know.
Eva Mendes.
Eva Marie.
Well, Eva
I
Marie.
just named that Spanish bitch from fucking all those movies where she's the Spanish bitch. I can't remember. There aren't many Spanish bitches in movies, so she's
Eva
like
Marie.
one of 3.
Exactly. Eva Marie. What did they do for like 2-3 weeks? Oh, I can't wrestle because I have a wardrobe malfunction. Iconics get the title randomly. Oh, we can't wrestle because this happened. Oh, we can't wrestle because that happened. Then they go up against a force like the Riot Squad. Riot Squad gets the titles. They're back on the back burner.
See,
again.
that's the only hitch in the giddy up because what you were saying earlier about what's the problem with a champion versus champion match at WrestleMania. I like the champion. I like 2 champions being on one champion a different brand, but that gets ruined with the tag titles because the tag titles are going between the 2 brands.
Yeah, the women's because that's the women's.
They're going between
area.
the 2 brands. So if you're already working out a system on how to make the tag titles work, then there's a piece of me that says you kind of have to do it for the women's title as well because it doesn't really make sense. The reason why you're doing both brands is because you don't have enough tag teams. To be honest, you don't have enough singles chicks now.
No.
Because you're going to be balling up and teaming up the other ones. So now to open up the pool, you kind of need to have one champion at this point. Now it just becomes who becomes the one grand champion of
Who's
them
going to be
all.
the man?
Ooh, who's going to be
That's why
the man?
champion versus champion at Mania would make sense. Think
It would
about
make
that.
it makes
Then
sense.
unify
based
the
on
title because then the
consequences.
women can have a unified title because they already have a tag team that's going between brands. Why not have a women's unified title? Because then now you can have Ronda
I'll be
jump
honest with
between
you,
brands and start
I
up
think
the
he's convincing
feud.
me. I didn't really think about that until he got here.
Look at when they
Because
did it for the men. It made so much sense when they unified the titles for the men.
Right, but it made sense based on the situation. The situation currently makes sense for 2 women's belts. What ruins that is the women's tag titles, because to make the women's tag titles work, you have to devise a plan to go between the 2 brands. So, if you already have a plan in place for one title, that plan should be effective for the other as well. Because you're taking challengers away from the women's title by tagging them up.
But could this mean that we're going to get brand
I think
titles? Because you get the UK brand coming up and fighting for the tag team titles. You get the NXT brand. Because you got the fly kicks. Once they come back off of their knee injury, you got Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox.
Right.
They're a great tag team. They were a great tag team in the UK when they teamed together a few times. There we go.
This gets complicated.
A lot
now
of
that I'm thinking
possibilities
about
there.
it. Yeah, that's exactly. There's a lot of possibilities.
There's so many possibilities for
it
that
gets
tag titles.
complicated because we were just
That's why
talking
unify the women's
at
title.
the beginning of this podcast. We were just talking about how brands make sense, and Triple H wants to do flavors and brands. If you start bleeding onto one another, then that kind of ruins your theory, doesn't it? Because if you start putting the blueberry with the raspberry, then it's not blueberry and raspberry anymore. It's blue raspberry at this point. And
It's a
now
Pop-Tart.
Hey, good flavor.
It's a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I mean,
But think about it, they can do that with the women's brand because right now women's wrestling is at a high right now.
Could you imagine seeing the women tag belts on NXT?
the WWE.
Yes.
To be honest with
go
you,
down to
like,
NXT and
to be honest with
Look at
you,
what they're
I
doing
could,
now.
Yeah. Polgreen, fatal 4-way here, and give me a winner here. My fatal 4 was kind of outlandish. Let's see where you land on all this.
I'm going Alexa Bliss, Bailey,
Bailey,
Nia Jax,
the face breaker. Good.
and Lacey Evans.
He has 3 of my 4.
So, are you still following the logic that Alexa and Lacey will be doing something to trigger? You're just saving it for the end.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I think we're all kind of on the same page. We're just timing all of our shit differently. Because they could very well, in your scenario, do the Ruby thing that I said just earlier, and she just doesn't win, right?
Exactly.
I do have an asterisk though. Like if Becky somehow winds up in the Rumble, I think she'll
That
be part of
fucks-
the Final 4.
That's a bracket buster if Becky gets in.
That's a clusterfuck.
Because if Becky gets in, I think everyone goes, yeah, she's she's
of course.
the Black Sunday to John Cena at number 30. If Becky comes out at 30, it's a wrap.
Well, she can't. She better be 29.
Here's
No,
the
she'll
difference.
take out Carmella.
Here's the difference. There you go.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Here's the difference between her and Cena, though. When she comes out, people are gonna go fucking pop. They're gonna go crazy for it.
You know, there's a rumor that they're seeing each other.
Who gives a shit at this point? Wait, no, that Becky? I thought she was engaged to that MMA dude. No, that's not her.
I want to see Becky. What's going on there?
I want to see Becky.
Nah,
What's the deal? I'm not saying you can't marry John. I'm just saying, can you fuck me first? Is what I'm saying.
Word.
It's like you can get to where you're headed. I get it. He's got money, security. You're good to go. I'm just saying, can you get this dick first? Is what I'm saying.
But your point was interesting though with Ruby Riott winning. If she wins,
I think my pick is I'm going to admit it, is a little far fetched, but I think it's the kind of curveball we need right now.
but if she wins, what belt does she go after?
I think she goes after. She stays on SmackDown. I think she goes after the SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't think. See, that's the thing. I don't think Ronda's leaving Raw, which would put Becky either on Raw or at least facing the Raw Women's Championship. I don't think she needs the Rumble, because like he said, there's still the Chamber. There's time between now and then to figure out storyline wise.
Somebody
Because
could
we
lose
could
the
very
number
well
one
just
contendership.
we could just pick a random Raw and just call a shakeup.
So
And all of a sudden, Becky's on fucking Raw.
So are we doing 4 elimination chamber matches?
No, we don't. We don't need 4 elimination chamber matches. What are you talking
There's the
about?
women's tag team.
Women's tag
There's
team
the men's
and the WWE championship, will
and then the
probably be-
women's.
yeah.
Probably the women's.
Well, the women's, the chamber, because it's going to be the women's tag for sure. That we know.
Yeah, but we don't know if there's gonna be a women's chamber match yet.
No need to if you've got the women's tag. You can just
That
do a
is
regular
true.
women's. Yeah, the women are already in a chamber.
You can have somebody put their number one contendership on the line against someone else. So you can have a Ruby Riott win, move over to SmackDown to fight the man. The man ends up winning, goes over to Raw, shakes things up over there. That can always happen
I
too.
just said something confusing. I just thought about that. The Riot Squad's not on SmackDown.
But they're on Raw.
No, they're on Raw.
No,
But-
my pick stands. I would have her go I would have her move to SmackDown. Yeah.
But
And
do you
leave the
move-
Riot Squad
Do you
away.
move the whole Riot Squad to SmackDown, or do you just move her to
I
SmackDown?
would, because here's why. Because if the goal is to get Becky and Ronda together and you want to keep Ronda on Raw, you're already moving a large chunk of talent to Raw. So it'd be an even swap. Because Becky wouldn't be the only one. There's still talk of Charlotte doing it. There's plans of movement. The only thing that we don't know is how they're going to fucking move them. Because Becky's not the only one moving. There's been discussions for a while now about different talent being at different shows. Yeah. I have a feeling there's going to be a shakeup at some point. They're going to shake this shit up before Mania. Because they want certain matches, and based on the matches that they want, I don't see it happening based on the way the rosters are set up. You have to move some shit around. Becky and Ronda is a guaranteed. Now, are they going to throw Charlotte in? No Charlotte? I don't know. But for that to happen, things need to move.
I definitely don't want to see Charlotte in a triple threat
If
match.
you want to move Ronda to SmackDown and have them compete for the Smack, like, let's say Becky goes over at the Royal Rumble, she becomes a champion again, Asuka's out, right? And you do the shakeup, and because of the Fox deal, SmackDown seems a little bit more enticing, so now Ronda moves to SmackDown. You can do that, but that leaves Raw open. Now my Ruby pick makes a little bit more sense because Ruby's already on Raw. She can compete for the championship based on whoever the fuck that is. The problem is that Raw's women's division is not nearly as strong as SmackDown's. So if you move Ronda over to SmackDown, you're significantly weakening that division even further. Ruby would go in as a nice challenger, but who the fuck is the champion? Everybody besides Ronda is pretty much fucking dead on that brand. Sasha has no value. Bayley has no value. Natalia has very little value as it is.
Ember Moon.
But Ember Moon would have to be fucking expresswayed to the top, like right now.
That's true. She would need
like right after the Rumble, they'd have to just like fucking accelerate her. Yeah, an ill push. Like, she's already super over. It shouldn't be that 100%. Hard.
Unless they give her the push and actually have her win the Rumble.
But now we're talking about an Ember Moon Ruby Riott matchup. I don't know. I mean, that sounds like pre-show Mania to me. That doesn't sound like.
That sounds like a Shine match.
Well, it's whatever. My point is this: the main event's going to be wherever Becky goes. And Becky's probably going to wind up with Ronda.
Of course.
Which means whatever title they're competing for, whether it be the Raw title or the SmackDown title, it'll be the high-profile women's match, period. Doesn't matter what that is. So if you want to do a lower-tier match, like maybe an Ember versus, like I think you had Bayley winning.
I had Bayley winning.
Yeah, so you could do like a Bayley Ember Moon match would be dope, but I mean it wouldn't exactly be a high-profile matchup. Wherever Becky and Ronda goes is where the money goes. And since they're not going to separate them, then it really doesn't matter who goes after the Raw Women's Championship. It'll be secondary. I actually think the women's tag team title match will have a much higher profile matchup on WrestleMania than one of those title belts. Whichever one Becky and Ronda are not competing for will be underneath the women's tag titles anyway.
Exactly.
Because it's the new belt, they got to push it, yada, yada, yada.
So you have going over...
I have Ruby Riott winning the women's Royal Rumble.
I got Bayley.
And you have...
Alexa Bliss.
She has enough fucking achievements. I'm going to be honest with you. She has enough fucking achievements under her fucking belt. I'm good. I actually started liking the idea of her doing shit besides wrestling because she's pretty much she's the female Sheamus. She's maxed out. What the fuck else is she going to do?
Pretty much.
Okay, who's the workhorse in the match? Who comes in at number one?
Bayley. No, not number one. I think she comes in very early, 4 or 5 maybe, and she's damn near to the end. Okay. She should have been the long one in the first one. She wasn't. She came late. They gave that to somebody else. But I think cardio-wise, work rate-wise, she needs to be the long woman.
Yeah, I feel she comes in like within a single digit.
In your situation, that's a huge push. If you make her the long woman and she wins, that's huge.
Single digit and go all the way up. Come on, they did it with Rey
I didn't
Mysterio.
have Bayley in my Final Four, and I don't need her there. You don't have to be in the Final Four to be the long person. You can go from 3 or 4 to 28 and still be in there for a good chunk of change. The women's Royal Rumble is shorter than the men's. The men have 90 seconds. If I'm not mistaken, the women have 60-second intervals. So it's rapid fire for the women. So she doesn't need to be in there long. 30, 40 minutes is good. I thought she was going to be the long woman in the first one because, I mean, it's Bayley. She works with everybody. I'm like, those old heads would have loved to have been in there with the Bayley. She would have sold for them like $1 million. So maybe this year. Who do you think the long woman's going to be?
I think it's going to be Bayley.
Bayley, yeah.
100%. Because you know why? This is why. She gives it away. She puts up all of her workout videos, and they're all pertaining to cardio. So I'm saying, I follow, man. I follow. Even though I do like Selena Vega right now, going for a little while, but
I don't need her in there for forever. She's a gimmick. She doesn't need to be in there working. She can wrestle. I don't need her wrestling.
Yeah, we know she can wrestle.
She's valuable in other ways.
We know she can wrestle.
There is another Royal Rumble match taking place. 30-man Royal Rumble. This one is for the gentlemen. This one's for the men. This one's for the men out in the place. 30 men will compete. We've been through this rigmarole for 30 times now. We all know that the winner of the Royal Rumble gets a title shot of his choice at WrestleMania. We used to say the main event of WrestleMania. That is no longer the case. They have a main event caliber matchup. But very few times is the winner of the Royal Rumble actually main event WrestleMania anymore. So we're not going to concentrate on that. Like we said earlier, it's usually just a few choices. We don't normally get a whole lot of curveball action here at the Royal Rumble. I actually believe that a curveball is needed for this fucking Royal Rumble. You really want change. You need to go outside the box. You need to pick somebody who might just be a little bit on the cusp and just might need that little extra push. A little extra something. So who do you guys think will... Well, let's start with a little bit more of a specific question. Who's the long man in this matchup? Who's the guy who's going to be the workhorse? I just watched last year's back earlier today. Finn Balor, 55 minutes in the Rumble. The guy was a workhorse here. What do you guys think?
I want to see who you're going to call first. I want to see who you're going to call.
Well, I got two people, actually.
That's nice. It's been
Long
done
haul,
before.
too. Okay.
It's been done before. Go ahead.
The first one's Seth.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't get
Yes.
much of a showcase last year. He was kind of a forgotten piece of that Rumble. So
Yeah,
Seth
he
would be
was.
good, yeah. Especially if the rumor is true and we may be seeing Brock and Seth at Mania. He's going to need a little bit of a shine here. Who's the second person?
SmackDown guy.
Okay, cool. Name?
Well, they shortened his name now. It's just what, Andreas?
You just popped Matthew, but all right.
And he's in my
God.
Final Four, too, by the way.
He's in my Final
Actually-
Four. Both of them are my
Actually,
Final
both of them
Four.
in my Final Four, too.
Oh, God.
Who's that? Seth and
Andrade.
You
Now
got
it's Andrade.
Shawn Michaels and Bulldog over here. Going
Exactly.
all the way. Do you have either of them coming in one or two?
I have
Or just-
Seth, I actually have Seth coming in at like 1 or 2 or high. He's going to be a high number.
Okay. Wait, high, like single digit number?
Single digits.
7, 8, 9 type area over there. Okay.
I
Why,
think-
why are you so excited about Seattle being in the long haul guy here?
Have you not noticed what they've been doing with him these past few weeks?
SmackDown's been
Besides
great.
Terry-
It's
him
been
apart?
great because this is what I do.
Okay,
I watch it
before
on
you
Hulu,
continue
and I
on,
go to
what
that
the fuck
match.
do you mean it's been great? Hold on for 1 second. The feud and the matches he's had with Rey Mysterio has been awesome, but that's 3 weeks. Talk to me about the months before the 3 weeks.
They finally found a niche. They finally let him go. Basically, they gave
His
him
niche
and
is what?
Mysterio.
Wrestling other Mexicans? Is
They,
that what
no,
the
they
niche
gave
is?
him and Mysterio. They took the leashes off of them.
Because he was supposed to get the
And let them
Mysterio
do their
push
thing.
until Mysterio came back.
But this is also reflecting on a supposed rumor that was pushed back a few months back. Now that you threw Samoa Joe in the mix and attacking both of them on the last SmackDown, you can bring back something of a LWO as they were talking about in the past of being,
A new LWO.
yeah, pretty much.
I'm good.
Andrade, Andrade, Mysterio.
I do know they're talking
and having
tag
the
team.
Lucha, and yeah, having them as a tag team and having the Lucha House Party a part of that little faction
Stop.
too.
I want
That's
them
what they were
apart.
calling.
Nah, I'm
that's
good.
what they were saying
I
in
like
the past.
Andre and Ray together.
I like them together
Passing
too.
the torch type
And
deal,
plus,
yeah.
my thing is this: they put on amazing matches. I wouldn't mind watching that another 2-3 weeks on
No, yeah,
SmackDown.
they're good.
That's
They're good
why
together.
in Mania, if you have him and Seth go at it as the final two,
Who are you talking about? Andrade
Andrade and Seth at the very, very end of
Royal Rumble?
Royal Rumble,
Right.
they're gonna need to add an extra 15 minutes to that card,
To what?
to that
card?
match,
So
to that
Royal
one
Rumble?
match, because they're gonna go at it back and forth because Seth could go. We know Seth can go.
and so can Andrade, but I don't know if I want them going at it at the Royal Rumble.
I'd rather have them go at it at the Rumble. This is why.
Okay.
They go at it at the Rumble. Of course, as everybody's saying it, Seth versus Brock. Seth goes over. Seth wins the Rumble. I have Seth winning in my Rumble.
Okay. How about, do you have Seth winning your Rumble? Who do you have winning the Rumble?
Surprise, curveball.
Okay, what's your curveball?
Pablo Cruz.
Fuck out of here.
He's going to be in the Final Four.
He
Fuck out of here. You're
He's gonna be in the
forgetting
Final
something
Four.
very huge.
So-
He's black.
He's going to be in the Final Four. He's going to be in the
That's
Final
a
Four.
huge factor in the
Well,
decision.
who's your
for
final four?
Seth.
Because we have your final two, right? You have Andrade and you have
Seth.
Okay, that's two.
Apollo
Apollo
Crews.
Crews, that's three. Who's the fourth one?
part of me wants to say Dean, but I think Dean is going to get thrown out early by Seth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think either one of you have my winner, or even consider my winner as an option. That's how much of a curveball.
Do you
this
want me
shit
to?
is.
You want me to go in now? and
Yeah.
do my picks?
Okay,
Andrade,
who was
Seth.
your fourth?
I don't have a fourth right now.
Okay, we'll come back to
you're
you.
still
We'll
floating.
come back to you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
my 4, Andrade, of course, and Seth. And like you, I feel they're gonna be the workhorses the whole match.
Okay.
I feel Seth is coming in a single digit, and Andrade is gonna be early double digit, very early double digit. So I'm saying from like 10 to 15,
I
Andrade
have
is
like
gonna come in.
Andrade coming like 13, and
Yeah.
Seth like 4.
Yeah, exactly. Early, both of them, and they're gonna last it. So you got Seth and Andrade. I'm gonna throw a little curveball into somebody from NXT. That a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but if you know me personally, you know I actually like this person a lot, a great deal,
Okay. I'm scared.
and that's Ricochet.
Wait, why would you catch heat for that?
Just because,
Okay,
because
just
Ricochet, right? And then that last person,
Wait, Ricochet's in your final 4 of the
Yes.
Royal Rumble. Okay.
because he can go,
No one's denying that. Yeah, okay.
It's a lot of athleticism in the ring.
Exactly. And the number 4,
Suspense.
the number 4
Yes.
will be.
Big reveal. Come on, brother.
I'm not 100%, but I feel it's going to be a 205 Live guy.
Why the fuck are all of you lost on the 4th?
The 4th one, I don't know why. Deep down inside, I
This
want to.
proves my point. This proved my point.
I had to
One or
think-
2, maybe 3 options. No one has a 4th.
Actually, I
See?
had to think about it, but in all reality, Braun Strowman is probably going to be the 4th guy. He's probably going to be in the Rumble last. He's probably going to toss out 17 people. He's going to be there at the end.
18.
Or 18. He's going to get the record, or he already has the record.
Oh yeah, he did take the Reigns.
He didn't
has the
get.
record.
Reigns has the record right now. He has to throw
I
over
think they
18
went
people.
after it, didn't they?
No.
Didn't Braun Strowman?
Braun has to throw over 18 people to actually get the record.
And then there leaves another surprise because R-Truth at number 30 is probably going to get taken out by somebody else who's going to sneak into
He's
the
gonna
Rumble.
be in and out. He's gonna do something stupid. It makes us laugh.
I don't know why I feel there's going to be maybe like 3 NXT guys that are going to be showing up. And one of those NXT guys is going to be Velveteen Dream.
I do see Velveteen Dream
Because
in
he
the
needs to-
Rumble. I don't see him getting called up, but I see him in the Rumble.
I think he might be called up after that.
And you know you're going to have your monster versus monster moment. Lars is going to be in the Rumble at some
I don't
point.
know about that. Well, I don't. Not that I'm.
They've been
doubting-
hyping him.
Not that, yeah, but they've also reneged on hyping him. I'm not
did.
saying he won't be in the Rumble. I don't think they're gonna give him the monster moment. I actually think the opposite. I think they're gonna humble him. He'll come out. He'll get a nice pop because he's Lars, and then they'll do something goofy with him and fucking embarrass him because they're petty like
He's
that.
Lars.
Because he's Lars. No, because he fucked up. You know, he made a mistake, and they're gonna make him pay for it now.
I honestly feel if we do see NXT stars in that one, it's going to be Ricochet, of course. Because I have my heart set on Ricochet being in the Rumble. I don't know why.
I think Ricochet, because Ricochet is the North American champion, they like throwing the champions on there just to showcase, like they did almost last year.
I want to see
showcase
him.
some of the champions. It gives people an idea of what NXT is like currently. It gives them the boost.
And I
on
want
the
to see the
radio.
Dream. I want to see the Dream there. And maybe, just maybe, I don't know. I'm just going with the gut. There's 2 people that possibly can go into that 3rd role. And it can either be Adam Cole or, because I popped last year. I'm like, oh my God, Adam Cole.
That was dope. I popped today when I saw it. I forgot he
Or-
was in it.
I almost forgot too. And when I rewatched it, I'm like, holy shit, Adam Cole. Or Aleister Black.
No, I don't see Aleister Black.
Because he'll be kicking everybody in that match.
That's the reason why I don't see him. Because
Maybe-
that
Kind of want to see the return of Drew Carey. I don't know why.
No, maybe
shit, he got the fucking celebrity ring when we started.
maybe the UK champ makes an appearance.
Mysticism.
Pete Dunne.
There it is. The mysticism of Aleister Black. It's like the Undertaker type deal. It's like I would be very, very careful of Black because of that aura around him, that mysticism, that hardcore just.
I could see them
Zealot.
work. I honestly, a surprise for me, and I have 2 surprises. I have a feeling that they're gonna just show up at the Rumble and be like, "Oh my God, they're back!" It's gonna be Bray and Sami Zayn, but that's why I feel Aleister Black could be in it because Aleister Black and Bray would be a great little feud.
Oh, I forgot
I
about
don't
the
think-
surprise
I don't
entries.
Yeah, you see, surprise entry.
I think KO was going to be
Nah.
back.
They pushed him back. He got pushed back to possibly being right before Mania.
I don't think Kevin or Sammy is going to be in the Rumble. Actually, I don't think those
here's
are
a
the
question. Do
surprises.
we have a Roman update? How is he doing?
He's filming a movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know he's filming a movie, but is
His
he,
update is I have cancer. That's his update.
Yeah.
He still has
when did he
cancer.
drop the belt? When was that?
October.
October.
Too
You know,
short.
leukemia doesn't go away that fast, right?
No.
You know, that's we're talking in the years category. On time. He said the window's like 2 or 3 years.
He'll most likely be back by 2020.
If
21.
he comes back.
Yeah, no, yeah. He's just that right now. They're finishing up the touches on Shaw and Hobbs. Is going to be out in August. How am I plugging their movie for?
I don't know. You plug in the Rock's shit on my
Dwayne,
show.
sign me to
It's amazing.
$7
It's amazing.
production, please.
He snuck in like movie 5 and took over that franchise, which I think should have been over after the 6th movie. But
Dwayne, sign me, please.
Once you would
fan.
think the death of
Yeah,
the main
I thought
star
that would've
would
been
have
over.
killed the franchise, but alas, we were wrong on that, were we not? All right, it's time for Orsini's Final Four. My Final Four will shock, awe, and amaze you because my Final Four does not contain any of the ones that you guys picked.
Ooh,
I did
interesting.
agree with the Lawman. I think it should be Almas. I do agree with that. I don't have him in my Final Four, however, because I have a feeling that the Final Four is going to consist of 4 very, very late entrants. I don't think I think the Longman deal is going to be nice, but it won't go very long because last year, number 2 and number 14 went all the way to the fucking end. So I just don't see them doing it again this year.
Yeah.
They're going to have good long performances. I think Almas is one of them. I don't see Seth being a long time guy because I think I don't think he's going to win. So I don't see the point. If he was winning, if he came in early and he was winning, it would be obvious because now he's setting him up for Brock. You know, he's going to make him a strong contender. If he's not winning the fucking Royal Rumble, there's no point. Now, if he doesn't win the Rumble, that doesn't mean that Seth's not going to WrestleMania to face Brock. Because Brock's obviously not going into an elimination chamber. So we would have to have either a number 1 contenders match or some sort of either in the chamber or outside of it. And I can see Seth winning one of those things.
So you're saying possibly a SmackDown guy then for Rumble?
No, I actually do see a Raw guy winning winning the Royal Rumble. I just don't see him competing against Brock. My pick, before I get to the 4 remaining people, I'm going to give you the winner to start. And my winner is Bobby Lashley. The winner, my winner of the. Now, don't look at me like a racist asshole. Hold on a second.
The Intercontinental Champion is going to win the Rumble.
Champion, he won't be the champion going to WrestleMania. I think he's going to win the Rumble, however.
But he's going to lose the
think,
title on Rumble.
He's going to lose. It's kind of funny. You know how I would do this? I would have him surrender the title. I don't need this. Get rid of this.
The Almighty does not need this title.
I don't need this. As a matter of fact, you know what I would actually do? This is kind
Put
of
it on
funny.
Leo?
I'd put it on Leo.
Oh, that would be
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, I would.
First off, the belt can't fit him.
I would.
Oh, come on. Don't shit
I
on my
would-
boy.
lowest
I
rung,
would
it
put
can't
it.
fit
Now,
him.
here's the thing: I wouldn't keep it on Leo, but I would do like the Mark Henry deal when they gave Mark Henry the European title and he immediately lost it. It was for the heat of it, it was for the whole deal. I would do the same thing. I would listen. I'm on to bigger and better things. I did what I could for the Intercontinental Championship. I made it credible. Okay, here it exactly. That face is exactly the response. And then you hear my friend here will continue the lineage. The era will continue on with the big money Leo, and I've got my eyes set. Now I want him to tease that it would be Brock. Because that's the match everyone wants, Brock and Bobby. Big
10 years ago.
the masters of
Two
the
MMA guys.
the two Olympian Olympic bodybuilder or whatever bullshit, and then do the whole deal where he shows up on SmackDown and attacks the WWE champion.
Daniel Bryan.
This is going to sound hilarious to people, but I actually think Bobby and Daniel would be awesome. No fucking lie. I actually believe that. And the only reason why I believe that is because Bobby's WWE stuff has been suspect. If you go to look at his Impact shit and look at the matches that he was having, 20,
His
25
Impact stuff
minutes,
was
his Impact
way
stuff
better.
was really good. He has the capability of going out there and doing some really
They
cool
watered
shit.
him down when he
And
came
the
back.
beautiful part about being Bobby is that the only exception to the rule, the one guy in WWE where when he's facing someone, they kind of just let people go, is Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's matches, you're allowed to just kind of like ball out. They trust Daniel. That Daniel will be able to protect everybody and everyone comes out looking good. There's certain guys that are on top where they have to have the WWE matchup. But for Daniel, for some oddball reason, whenever you're breathing into the mic, for some oddball reason, whenever Daniel gets into these matches, sometimes they're allowed to ball out. All right? How many matches did we see this year with AJ Styles against Shinsuke and against fucking all these guys where the formula was just the same formula every time? All of a sudden, we get the Survivor Series. All of a sudden, Styles channels his inner New Japan, and he's having a fucking ball-out match with Daniel Bryan. It's Daniel Bryan. So you take Bobby Lashley with the story he has, the impeccable bodybuilder, the guy with the best poses in the business. Obviously, his favorite pose is also my favorite pose. Against the workhorse, the new... Now, the only hiccup in my giddy-up here is the heel versus heel. That's the only problem that if you look on paper, that would be the problem in this scenario. I have a solution. We just said a second ago that Bobby would be willing to relinquish the championship to Lio Rush. Here you go. I'm on to bigger and better things, blah, blah, blah. What if Lio took that championship and the championship went to his head? What if Lio pushes everybody's buttons except Bobby until eventually it is Bobby? And we eventually get a babyface Bobby at some point. That leads up into a heel Daniel Bryan. Now, I know it sounds funny, big man, little man, but the baby face is the big man. But that's what I love about it. Because right now, Daniel Bryan's rocking.
I don't know.
He is rocking as a heel.
I'm invested in heel Bobby, though. I like heel Bobby.
I'm not saying he has to stay a face.
The only reason why he's heel Bobby is because he has a mouthpiece with him called Lio Rush.
Exactly.
That's great.
If you remove Leo from the possibility. I know you're saying that that's great, but here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. We haven't seen full potential babyface Bobby yet.
No. Impact has. Not
the
WWE.
Impact version. Right, exactly.
To me, Bobby, and this has always been his problem to me, he has the Cesaro syndrome. He's boring on the mic. He needs a mouthpiece.
Bobby? Here's the thing with that, and I agree to a degree. I do, but the Bobby Lashley needing a mouthpiece does not mean it is mandatory that Lio Rush needs to be the mouthpiece. We can find someone along the way who he can befriend, or it doesn't even have to be by WrestleMania. It could be like over time. Like let's say they go to WrestleMania, Bobby Lashley gets a championship match, he faces Daniel Bryan, but he loses. Daniel Bryan retains at WrestleMania, which I think might happen anyway, because after the whole thing with his health and all that stuff, I think he's due for a big win at WrestleMania for the championship. That doesn't mean the program's over. We can still develop things. We can still develop all the time. Think about the storyline of a new Daniel Bryan who's worried about the planet. He's the planet's champion. He's doing all this stuff. He's trying to make sure the world is a better place. What if he has no real issue with Bobby? Bobby eats healthy. Obviously, you look at his body. He's a healthy eater. We have a lot in common. We have he doesn't have any issues with the environment. Bobby's a clean dude. What if Daniel sees that as an opportunity? Hey, you're a lot like me. We do a lot of the same things. We eat the same way. We live the same lives. So what's the problem? Why do you keep listening to them? Why do you keep enabling these people? That's Daniel's real problem with Bobby. It's got nothing to do with who you are. You're a good person. Why do you keep falling in line with these dickheads? Why do you fight for them? They're bullshit. And that's where the real issue is. That way, that can draw attention from other people who would come in to support Bobby in the case against Daniel Bryan, because you can have Daniel Bryan just basically clown him for forever until eventually it's too much. Wait a second, Bobby, you're 280 pounds of fucking man. What are you letting this little ass goat dude fuck you around for? And then now we see a babyface Bobby who's motivated, he's powerful, he's uplifting. All of a sudden now he's due to be the champion. We haven't had an African American champion yet, except for The Rock, and I do give The Rock credit, unlike some of those people on the internet. I do. Yeah, I do give him the credit, but the truth is truth. He's half. Bobby full blown, baby. And he got the resume.
That'll be good. That would actually be good.
Tell me The Rock is half and half what?
Yeah. We are talking curveballs here in the WWE, right? That's the whole point.
Curveball.
Big man, little man match. Usually little guys baby face. Usually big guys heel. Curveball it. Daniel's already proven he's a hell of a heel. You just need the right baby face. And it's believable that Daniel would beat Bobby. He's beating the shit out of all of the other big guys.
Yep.
It's believable. It's the one scenario that is believable. There aren't too many little guys on the roster that beat Bobby last year. And you go, yeah, that makes sense. Indie fan and WWE fan all agree. Daniel Bryan can beat the shit out of Bobby Lashley.
100%.
So you roll with it. You have him have the issue. Make it a three-way problem. He's not really focused on Daniel because Leo's fucking with him. So they get to WrestleMania, Leo can even fuck him over on the match. That's what causes the match up. Daniel throws the knee at him. He beats him 1, 2, 3. He blames Leo. Maybe there's a Leo payoff at the next pay-per-view because after Mania they do like a quick short. I mean, do the fucking Saudi Arabia match. There you go. We're going back for the Rumble, right? For the Greatest Royal Rumble. Bobby and Leo, they fuck each other up. Bobby goes on to the Greatest Royal Rumble. He wins that. He gets another match at Daniel, and now we've got fucking Super Bobby all pumped up and ready to go, motivated, and he fucks up, and he eventually wins the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, which won't be here because we got SummerSlam followed by Mania, so it's not going to be in Brooklyn this year. Whatever that. Oh, you know what? Do the fucking SummerSlam at Denver, Colorado, hometown of Bobby Lashley. Bam.
Well, aren't they doing it already? I think in L.A.
Damn. No, they're going back to Staples.
I think they're going back to L.A. or they're going to Chicago.
Fuck that. Go to Denver.
I mean,
the big hometown hero.
I don't know why I feel like they're going to Chicago. I think just to get those all-in characters, all-in fans,
that's
probably.
Fine. Chicago would pop for Bobby.
They definitely would. They definitely would. But who's your final four?
I'm curveballing here. I'm just trying to think outside the box. Who's my final four? Good point. Okay, let's get to one.
SummerSlam 2019, Canada.
That might play out a little.
It hasn't been overseas. It haven't been in another country in a long time, though.
That would be good, though. Wait, where in Canada?
Toronto.
Okay, we're good. All right, Bizarro World. We're good. We're in Bizarro World.
But who's your final four?
Final four. Okay, obviously Bobby. My other
three.
My other three for the final four. I need a big guy. Braun. Braun would be in my final four as well. I actually think he might be the last eliminated. I know we're doing the big heel face thing. At the moment, I know I just pitched this whole baby face thing for Bobby, but at the moment he is a heel. So we can do some sort of fuck finish, or you can do it clean, to be honest with you, because Braun at this point he's losing clean, he's losing dirty. Who gives a shit at this point? Sure. Braun Strowman loses matches in his sleep. I don't even think he's aware of what his record even is at this point. So yeah, it would definitely be Bobby Lashley. He's winning. It would be Braun Strowman. Another random ass pick here, but I need Drew McIntyre in the final four. I absolutely do. The Scottish psychopath needs to be involved in some way.
Kind of forgot about him for a second.
I know, that's the problem. That's why I need him in there. I know people are looking forward to. I know some people who are picking him to win. They're like, oh, he's got to win. Him and Brock would just bowl right through him. He's not ready yet. Give him another year. Build up, more opponents, more.
Everybody's looking at him from his indies. He was a.
Well, he's had good matches indies. On the main roster too.
He did.
He's been up, but
he definitely did.
He's not ready for fucking Brock Lesnar, not yet. Bobby right now to me is tailor made for for the top picture. That's why I don't want Bobby and Brock. Because if it's Bobby and Brock, Brock's just gonna throw his ass around too like everybody else. I need Bobby to spend this year being the monster he was before. Before we get to Bobby and Brock.
Well, see, now thinking about it, you could have Finn beat Brock and then have Drew win, and then Drew versus Finn.
In no world in my entire life do I want Finn to beat Brock Lesnar.
You might not. A couple of people do, though.
You're asking me. That's what I'm saying.
A couple of people wouldn't mind seeing that. They don't like, Brock, the sometime champion.
It would be a curveball.
It would be a hell of a curveball.
Then you would have Finn and Drew.
That'll be an upside down. That's like an upside down world. That'll happen.
or even if, let's say Finn wins and Bobby wins the Rumble, then you can have Drew win the Elimination Chamber. And that sets up your WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Two get David and Goliath matches.
I don't know if I want two David and Goliath matches. I mean, WWE's bread and butter is the monster versus monster.
Yeah.
I mean, they usually. Oh, what was it last year? It was AJ and Shinsuke. What was the Universal title match? It was Brock and. Boom! There you go.
Roman.
It was Roman.
Okay, two monster versus monster.
Yeah.
You really consider Roman a monster?
Samoan monster.
WWE does.
He's a
Again,
Samoan
you just
monster.
said it's not about what I'm thinking. It's what WWE.
He's a woman monster. He needs star women. He takes away our women.
He hates the women. That's what he does. Yes.
I need some sweats, Chincho.
I didn't mention my fourth. Now,
What's your fourth?
If you notice, it was my top four is very Raw heavy, and that's because it's just. Think about it. I mean, last year was the same deal, right? We had a SmackDown guy, a Raw guy. John Cena was a wild card, and then it was who the fuck was the fourth? I don't even remember, but I think it's probably a Raw guy. It's always Raw guys. Like unless the only time SmackDown guys are in the finals is when they win. Like when Shinsuke was like the one SmackDown guy in that Fatal 4, in that last 4, and he won.
Quickly Google that.
Yeah, let's Google that one.
Go ahead, Google that.
Google that shit.
So just to round out the field, if I had to pick a SmackDown guy as my 4th, I like the idea of it being Joe. Because he's gonna add athleticism to that Fatal 4. You know, Drew's pretty straightaway guy. Braun's pretty straightaway guy. Bobby's got some athleticism, but Joe's an all around. Joe's the one big guy who can work with all 3 of those guys.
So Joe over Randy after what Randy did to him.
No, I don't want Randy Orton in the Final 4. I don't want Randy Orton anywhere near the fucking end of this matchup. Randy needs to be away from all main event shit. I'm done. That's it. His job is to put over other people now, as far as I'm concerned. That's it.
I feel you on that one. Put me over, man.
I still think he's useful. I think he's a great character. He's a hell of a worker. But he's literally been here for 17 years. I'm fine.
Randy, put me over, please.
I'm good. Oh, my God. I just said the number out loud. I just realized it's literally been 17 years. Fuck me, dude. 17 years of Randy Orton, dude. RK out of nowhere. How can it be out of nowhere? He's here every day.
Everybody does that. Everybody does it now.
How the fuck is it out of nowhere? If you don't see Randy Orton coming at this point, you're a fucking idiot. You haven't been paying attention to the shows.
Well, so am I going to be able to plug myself?
You can plug the fuck out of yourself. What would you like to plug, sir?
Well, of course I do wrestle.
You are
I do go
wrestler,
under the
yes.
name of Matt Awesome. I will be at BWF February 2nd in the main event. Team BWF, which consists of me and my tag team partner Johnny Santos and Puerto Rico Inc. versus the Deadly Saiyan Squad. Again, one of their members swings a chair like a bitch. I'm just going to throw that out there again.
That was medically diagnosed.
Medically diagnosed that somebody swings a chair like a bitch.
Doctor stated that they swung a chair like a bitch.
Dr. Martinez actually said that. And besides that, I'm actually not going to be wrestling, but I will be in the actual building for NEW. I'm actually going to be rooting on my tag team partner, Johnny Santos. He's going to actually be in a Royal Rumble that they're going to have. It's like a little battle royal that they got going on, and I'll be rooting him on. Hopefully he comes away with the win, and if not, you never know what's going to happen there.
Thank you guys for listening to episode 73 here with the Royal Rumble Roundtable. And I got to say, just again, this is, whenever I do the roundtables are day of specials. I still have another episode coming regularly scheduled on Wednesday, 74. So that was going to probably be by myself because I've been interviewed up the wazoo. I got Montequilla last week. You two assholes came to my house today, so I'm probably going to be dolo on the next one. But 72 last week, interview with Montequilla. If you haven't checked that out yet, that's a very special episode. It's very dope. He got really insightful, guys. We talked about a lot of stuff, some stuff we probably should not have talked about. But we talked about it on the air. You guys can check that out. Obviously, this is 73. And, of course, this Wednesday will be 74. So enjoy the Royal Rumble tonight. We didn't get a chance to talk about TakeOver, but that's fine. I'll get into the TakeOver stuff on this Wednesday show. We'll talk about the whole weekend as a whole, everything going on. So thank you, guys. As a matter of fact, episode 74 is coming up this week. Episode 75, I will now declare on to all of you, that is when all the new shit will be debuting. We got new themes, new segments, new guests. This is going to be a whole new Orsini's Uncensored Mind. So pay attention, folks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for sharing. And, of course, thank you for enjoying. Enjoy the Rumble, guys. By the way, my real pick was Jinder Mahal. Bye.
At my house. Listen to my daddy so. Or see me the extra line.